There's only one penis.
Hello. Great! Hello, everyone. Welcome back to the latest stream of Legends of Nordaeus Bloody Gold. Had to greet us like that straight off the bat, didn't you, Mono?
Yes, I did.
You saw an opportunity and, alright.
As soon as you left, they were like, I'm doing it.
Of course you were. Of course you were.
Anyway, hello chat. I hope you're having a wonderful Monday.
Indeed.
I hope you enjoyed today's distractible episode, whatever it was, because I haven't checked.
Today's distractible episode?
It's Markiplier's podcast he uploads on streaming sites on Mondays.
Yeah! I haven't really checked out much of that yet.
This implies that we share an audience with Markiplier.
I mean, a few of the players I know do watch Markiplier.
Yeah.
So, technically,
We've got gamers.
I mean, yeah. I mean, the numbers aren't. Looking at the numbers, it's not impossible.
It said
are a
audience,
few.
not player base.
Our player base is our audience.
Damn, you right. Wait, no, I'm really. There's like a very small portion of the players
Okay,
that go
well,
watch
okay,
the other streams.
Yes, there are some loyal viewers who are not part of the player base, but the players are still in the majority.
This is true.
Which, you know, it's not a bad thing per se, but nonetheless.
Also, hello chat. I hope you're doing well, whether you listen to this live or some point in the future.
Indeed.
I'm here.
Indeed.
always
Mono
here.
is here.
You're only not always
I
here.
am here.
You're
I'm
not
here most
always
of the time.
here, but you're here a lot, and I can't seem to get rid of you.
I'm your mod.
Yeah, I suppose you are.
The literal mono mod.
Exactly.
Mono is like that cat that goes around your neighborhood begging for food, and eventually you just cave and buy some cat food for it.
Wow.
Well-
that.
Well, it's
Damn.
that, but it's a raccoon.
Yeah.
The blind lady who thinks it's a cat.
No. Well, I mean, kind of.
So that means nature is the blind lady.
Well, no, I know it's a raccoon. I just don't care.
And then you have me, who's just like Trash Panda. Hello. Just gives you
So
a little
raccoon.
pineapple. Yeah. Give the Trash Panda some fruit.
One day we'll have a stream that isn't cursed in some way. One day.
I don't know about that, Chief.
I don't believe it for a
the term
goddamn
curse
second.
is subjective, to be fair.
The term cursed is very subjective.
It's
a
the internet.
wide
Everything's
range.
cursed.
Yeah. So therefore, by that logic, nothing's cursed because it all just kind of balances out.
If all is cursed, none is cursed. Is the
If
balance of
everyone's
Exactly,
super,
exactly.
then no
so-
one
okay,
is.
I'm not. I'm not cursed. I'm blessed.
Well,
If everyone is
well,
cringe,
just because
everyone
you're
is
not
based.
cursed doesn't mean you're blessed. That's a.
I'm a blessing to those around me.
You're more like a buff character.
You know, you can be a blessing and a curse.
That is also true. That is also true. You could be a blurs.
I am a blessing to all.
What are you, Mercy?
Heroes always die.
Wait.
Wait a minute. That's
I
the
may
curse
be
part.
a healer, but
Hey,
still,
wait.
clock's gun.
I
was
can't
trying to
can't
do
wait to use that line for Gal. Just heroes always die. It's gonna be a good. That's gonna be a fun session.
I can't wait for Vetzel to be useful instead of just an Amazon delivery service.
are your stats still all wonky?
Yeah,
Yep.
I still have 0 Colin.
Yeah.
Who
I
needs
don't
it?
Row Reggie.
At this point, I don't think I can even change it. Like, I don't think nature would allow me to.
No, plus it's such a good meme.
It is
Yeah.
a good meme.
I
It is
mean,
the tank with no con.
Vettel's just Sakura.
just because you are just because you're an unoptimized character doesn't mean you're not a good character.
That's fair.
Yeah,
I mean,
like
at
I
this
said,
point-
Vettel's just Sakura.
Yeah.
I don't know what.
I mean,
that
at
is.
this point,
Naruto.
Naruto.
Vettel is, yeah, Naruto. Vettel is just your Amazon Leon Zay. You just give him money, and eventually things show up.
I remember when we had that happen in a Wednesday game. Everyone was like, "What the fuck did you do?"
I mean, you also know that even if there was an option if there was an option to change stuff like that, like, obviously I couldn't say shit whether there was or wasn't.
Yeah, there's probably just some genie that's like, if you give me your finger, I can let you reroll your stats.
Some archfey be like, "Give me your firstborn child."
Wait. Give me your firstborn child. All right. So, when are we getting started? What?
Yeah, when do we start? What?
You said you
When
want
do
your
we
firstborn-
start, woman?
You seemed really willing for that. Yeah, absolutely. Fuck it.
Yeah, literally. That's what we're doing. I'm giving you my firstborn child.
What's the fucking meme? The succubus wants your firstborn child. I rolled to seduce the succubus. She can have her own kid.
I don't know that one. I only know the archfey one.
Oh, hi,
What up,
Shadow.
y'all? Hello.
Fancy seeing you here.
The negotiator has arrived.
Oh, yes, the negotiator.
Yes.
Yeah,
Is that
he
what you're
might be
calling
the-
yourself now?
He might be the negotiator, but is he the fish bringer?
I'm afraid.
I didn't think so.
I'm afraid not.
I don't want to jinx it, but I kind of do hope the negotiations do go bad, just so we can all meme of the prequel meme. You're right about one thing, Master. The negotiations were short.
Look, I'm not
Every Wednesday
I'm
game
doing-
negotiation ever.
I'll do my absolute best to win this. This is like Ace Attorney, for some reason.
Don't worry. Don't worry.
If
Omen
don't-
speaks Orca. He can understand.
Wait,
right?
wait. If we're
No.
going Ace Attorney,
Right.
then I want to play Whoopi with her cushions.
Bruh.
Order, Mr. Edgeworth, order!
God, that animation. It's
I would like
it's
Miss
not
Bonanza to
accurate
put
in
her
the
butt
slightest, but
and nothing
it's
but
funny.
her butt on my face.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah, it's not
I will
accurate.
objectifying.
God, it's not accurate in the slightest to actual Phoenix Wright, but it is funny.
I think my
It's really
favorite
funny.
part of all of that being people being upset that Edgeworth was into a woman.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I mean he is he's not. He okay. He is.
I like seeing nature defend.
Well, I mean, okay, I'm not actually mad, but like that is an actual thing. Like, out of all the games, Edgeworth has had zero interest in women. Like, not
'Cause
in the
it's Phoenix.
slightest. Yeah, because
mean-
he is incredibly gay.
my
Yeah, but that's the
what you
funny
mean?
part.
my favorite fucking meme. My favorite fucking meme is when people learned about the clown's actual character and that
Yep.
her boobs are balloons and she pops them during her
Yep, it's like,
confession.
they're
and it's
fake. Of course they're
Of
fake.
course
Of course
they
they
are
were fake.
that's my
It's pink
favorite
hair,
fucking
tits out to
image.
here.
I've yet to actually play that game in the series, though. I
would like to
Oh,
call
oh,
Miss
wait,
Gail
wait,
Tornado
wait.
to the stand. Yep,
Wait.
I noticed that my whoopee cushion from my shows was missing.
all right. Now,
If you're gonna
I
be
will
planning
al-
to play Ace Attorney, you should have like the other like people from the server to voice act some of the characters.
maybe, yeah.
Yeah, I'd
I've
love to do
played
that.
the original trilogy with Queen, and that was a blast.
I mean, I did some of that.
a little bit, yeah.
A little bit.
Yeah.
Yeah,
While I was there.
I still need
I
to, I
would-
still need to finish the Grand Ace Attorney, which I've started a little bit
Yeah.
of.
You gotta
I
remember,
would
you gotta
fucking
remember
love-
nature. Women don't exist in Japan.
Oh yeah,
No.
oh yeah, that was one of the jokes.
Yeah, I
God,
will.
someone's gonna put that in
Nature, if
context.
you
Was it
ever
women
want,
don't
like,
exist in Japan or women just don't exist in general?
Yeah.
Yeah, Nature, if you want me to come on stream and voice an Ace Attorney characters, I will do it in a heartbeat. I will drop everything I'm
Yeah.
doing.
I'd have
Just-
to.
There is
Huh.
one simple way to make that happen.
Hmm.
Show up in the streams more.
Maybe.
Oh,
I
shit.
don't know if I'm gonna be streaming that game or not. I already started it. Technically, I finished. I think I'm currently on the second case. Yeah.
Yeah.
The one with who got killed.
Uh. mm,
Sword
I-
boy.
Wait, who got killed? Pardon?
Sword
Yeah,
boy
in
got
the
killed.
second case.
I was gonna say
There's always-
don't spoil it. I'm not gonna. Not
Well,
gonna
I don't
spoil
know
shit.
exactly. That's why I'm asking.
Well. I'm not
Then
gonna
watch the VOD.
Yeah, well, no, because it
There
wasn't
is not a VOD.
streamed. Yeah, there isn't VODs. They were. Yeah, I didn't stream. I didn't stream the Grand Ace Attorney. It was just, personally with friends. Oh, also,
I
before
fucking
forget, while we're waiting on, we're still waiting on.
Oz.
Wait.
Oz. Yeah.
And it kind
I
of
mean,
sucks to kill a down a player. That feels bad.
I texted
I
Oz
mean,
just a couple
Oz-
minutes ago.
Okay. Do you have
Yeah.
their
I
phone
mean,
number
Oz
so I could try to
usually
text
arrives
them
at
as
like
well?
exactly. He mostly arrives exactly in our time.
A wizard is never late. They arrive when they are requested. They arrive just in time.
I'll try texting.
Oh yeah, no. So in the Wednesday game, we took out an entire orc camp in 18 seconds. It was great.
Nice.
3 rounds, entire encampment slaughtered.
Nature,
Boy.
you might want to try calling because I texted like 3 to 5 minutes ago.
Oh no, sorry, not through Discord. Like their actual number.
Right. No, I know.
I might still. Well, if they don't get back, I will probably end up trying to call them. But
Fair enough.
yeah, in the meantime, oh, hang on.
Mono is gone.
Mono's
Dice!
gone. He already bailed out.
Zelda has contained
Now
Ganon for another 100 years.
Man, I wish. Wish that was the case with Mono. No, joke.
Oh!
Link,
Oh, that's sick! Oh, that is so sick!
Hmm.
Link, I do not know why
looking
you
at the
refer to
map.
Urbosa as queen.
Oh,
Oh,
about,
look at the map. Oh, nature. That is
Oh,
so cool.
yeah, because I forgot to turn on nighttime mode last time, so now it's actually in darkness.
And the tokens.
Oh yeah, there's new tokens. Because
Yo.
I finished my orc NPC tokens.
Yeah.
Orc.
Orc. Also, are we gonna be using the new HUD for stream?
Yes, I just finished the new Bloody Gold overlay today, actually.
Hey,
So that
Can
will
we
be
see
show.
please
That will be.
use,
It will
please
be
use the new Omen
showcasing
art.
soon. We'll be showcasing soon. Oh, I did not use the new. I didn't. Well, a bit tricky to use the new Omen art because of the other stuff. But
I hate seeing the old one. I don't know why.
what's wrong with the old art? It looks fine.
I got too attached to my
It also
new
it
art.
also showcases Omen much more prominently, and it's easier like in the focus.
Yeah,
Nah, I'm still
I
rolling
do
with
intend
mine.
to draw. I do
Well,
intend
you
to draw
know why I
Vetzel
can't
over
use the other one. I can't say why, but you know, Shadow.
I mean, look, with there has to be like a clearer version of Omen's art.
There are other NPCs in that picture that haven't showed up yet that are hard to yeah. They're very
Oh, no,
close
no,
to
no,
one
no.
another.
In the HUD, in the actual HUD.
Oh,
Because when
sorry. So,
Yeah,
right. Yes. I'm sorry. Yeah, I know what you mean. No, not the old art. Yeah.
Yeah, because in the HUD, when I watched the VOD, I saw the old one.
Okay,
The
that
old
was
Omen
because
art.
of a fuck up on my end.
Gotcha.
That one of the
Cool
basically
with this.
it saved one of the older versions of the overlay, and I had I
Yeah.
didn't have the time to redo it.
I'm cool with the one token that I have right now. I'm
Yes,
satisfied with that.
the current Omen art is on the overlay. Yes. Sorry
Yeah.
sorry
Nice.
for the confusion. Also,
That's
hi,
a lot
Kat.
of. Ooh,
Just saw you in the
that's a
chat.
lot.
Also, eeny, meeny, miny. You know what? Actually, hang on, who picked last time?
Don't give it to me. I've picked way too many times.
That's fair.
Hey,
Vetzel, pick a color.
hey,
Coffee.
yo,
Give me coffee.
Coffee, nice choice.
Puck, are you down to like use your brand new Puck art
Oh yeah,
to be your?
yep, the
Yeah,
token.
absolutely.
The token has been
The
updated, and
Oh,
the
the
overlay
token
has
as
been
well.
updated.
Nice.
All right, the coffee dice. Now also,
look,
Shadow,
also-
pick a color.
Pick mint
I have green. It's about the closest we're gonna
Green.
get,
green. You know.
which is green and black. Unfortunately, there's only so many colors of dice I have. Unless somehow I get new dice.
Unless people donate.
And
More
which I'm
dice,
not-
more
I'm not-
dice, more
Oh,
dice,
I'm
more
not-
dice,
I'm
more
not-
dice,
I'm
more
not
dice.
asking people. I would not ask people to get me more dice.
Nature, why do I feel like you're one of those anti-streamers that when people donate, you're like, please don't waste your money?
Yes, I am.
Yeah, because he is.
It's facts.
That's why you
Yeah,
feel
just
that
like-
way.
Because I'm like, no, don't give me no, stop being nice. Get
Like, I was
scram!
doing this before I started streaming. That's not the point.
Yeah, like I've been like this before I ever even started streaming. Like, no, scram, get.
I
Stop
love
it.
the idea because there's a YouTuber I watch called Tear of Grace, and he has like tons of like visual effects for people who donate too much, and it's just like stop signs flinging up as he yells stop. I can imagine Nature making like a custom soundbite or something like that. Like someone does like,
It's
"Hey,
time
here's
to
$100."
stop.
It's time to stop.
Where the fuck are your parents? But yeah. Okay. I am.
Don't you know how to be frivolous with your money? Do you know where your children
yeah,
are?
that's not because I myself am also cheap. So like I am that with you. Like, why would you give away so much money? Ah!
And then you get like, and then you get like the rare like Mr. Beast style videos where it's like some like big streamer does like $2,000, and you just actively yell no into the mic.
Yeah, exactly. But I mean, like, okay, to put it honestly, whatever people give, I am very, very appreciative of. Like, I do not ask people to give me money unless it's like a joke. But even then, like,
Yeah.
I do. If people are coming in and people are enjoying D&D and people are having a good time, I'm happy. Like,
Yeah.
that's all I need. If I also just so happen to get money from it, that's awesome. But,
Yeah.
you know.
But at the same time, please don't donate large amounts of money for the meme.
Yeah,
Please
exactly. Like, please
save your money,
don't-
chat.
Only give money that you are willing to give away, and don't donate money that you need otherwise to take care of yourself. Like, please take care of
Yeah,
yourself.
It's the
Chat-
motto. Yeah.
Chat, none of you should be donating up to
Gab,
$1,000 unless you just won the lottery. And even then,
Gab, you're already my partner. You're already freaking. No, we're not taking your money. Shut the fuck up.
I just looked over and saw that when you.
I'm not. Shut the hell up, Gab. But anyways.
So, adjacent question.
Mm-hmm.
I don't see a sub button here, dude.
Okay, yes, we have gotten enough to reach affiliate, and right now I'm going through the process of working that out. I still need to finalize some stuff, basically, bank account stuff, to actually get the money and stuff like that worked out. Which I need to do some more things and talk with people. But once that's done, then I could actually start making money. But yeah.
Finish the shores.
So
Take
yeah.
my $5.
No.
Amazon gave it to me for free.
It's like, well, yay, I can finally start making money. People start giving money. No, why are you giving me money?
How did this happen? Oh, no!
God. It's that fucking duality. But yeah, anyways, it is 7:45, and I've yet to hear from Oz.
I could bail out and try to call him.
If you wanna call them through Discord, great. If they don't respond, I'll mute myself real quick and try to just call their phone.
I admit.
So yeah, all right. See you in a bit.
Ah,
Nice.
Pull the mono.
Yeah.
I suppose in the meantime, while we're waiting, because we're already about 50 minutes over, we could actually start going through the intro. If one of the party members could please tell me what happened last time we left our heroes.
No, it's not. It's not. It's
So
not.
basically, effectively, the party had just finished killing the boss, and we were all just finally going like, "Oh god, that was so difficult." Vetzel rocked up and went, "Hi guys, everything okay?" And everyone went, "No." And then Vetzel's like, "Oh, I see." And somehow Vetzel got the loot
partner,
of
he
which.
is not entering his phone.
Uh-oh.
Oh dang.
Okay. We'll finish up the intro then, and then once that's done, I'll try and call.
So, against all odds and fairness to the group, Vetzel somehow ended up with Witchcoin, which is only viable to the ferryman,
Yes, they are Witchstone
And-
tokens, but yes.
Witchstone token, and I believe I have 23 of them, which is interesting. And
Mhm.
basically, the entire party went, "Hey, you know someone who takes Witchstone? Take this and then go get us stuff." And Vetzel's like, "Oh, okay." And then everyone tried to clean up. We all tried to talk about what happened, talk about what was going forward. There was a big speech of like, "Hey, we can make this island our own. We can build it up." And Vetzel's like, "I really hate you all, but fine." And then begrudgingly agreed. The things I do for love. And Vetzel was like, "Hey, by the way, whenever like things calm down and things get better, I can totally go back to the mainland and report that bitch that sent us here, because this is." I'm sorry, I just saw what Venus posted.
Yeah.
Questionable thing.
Yep.
God. Okay. Sorry.
God damn it.
Sorry.
Venus, if you're in the
Daniel
chat,
Composure.
fuck you.
Venus, if you're in the chat, I love you more and more than
Yeah,
the more I
Venus,
know
if you're in
you.
the chat, I love you, but fuck off.
But yeah, so basically Vetzel's like, "Hey, whenever things get fixed, I can like, go report that woman and get paid and bring it back here." And everyone's like, "Yeah, that's fine," because he kind of deserved to do that, because fuck that girl. High elves, sun elves, am I right? And then Vetzel's like, "Fine, I'll help you fucking build this place up, and we'll fucking die here if we want to." And then everyone tried to go to bed, and then Omen woke up and was like, "Oh god, there were orcs! Goth girl, help!" And she was like, "I'm not fucking burying you." And he was like, "Okay." And he wandered out to fucking like Mr. Bean his way through negotiations.
I am so happy that people enjoyed that line.
It's like, "I'm not going to bury you."
I'm
And then
not
Omen's just gonna go
burying you.
Mr. Bean his way through negotiations.
That is
Venus.
Oh my god.
Oh god, that's so good.
If people want context to figure out like what is happening, you could check out the questionable things tab in the Discord, of which there's a link to in the about section of the Twitch channel below. Which the link actually works this time. I apologize because apparently for a fucking ages it wasn't, and no one told me that it didn't work, and I'm sorry, and now it's
How
work.
did you? Well, yeah, how did you know that it was not working?
Well,
Who told you?
eventually someone told me, because I was like, "Hey, I tried the link and it didn't work."
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Oh, gotcha.
But apparently,
And you were like,
because I've been using that
"Fuck!"
same link for like months, and no one fucking
In different
told
games
me.
too.
Yeah. So, well, either way, it should work now. So if you want to pop on in and check out the absolute chill chaos that this server is, the chilled cursedness that apparently is this place, there's a link down there, and also D&D things. But either way, continue.
Nice plug.
So yeah,
Either way, we're waiting.
Omen basically like was going to like, "I'm gonna pretend I don't know anything, and I'm gonna Mr. Bean this shit and fumble my way through." And the last we heard of Omen is he was being dragged away by these orcs, and they were gonna
Oh,
go
not
do
dragged
something.
away. Not dragged away, like forceful.
Escorted.
Willingly followed.
Yeah.
Yeah. And
Dragged is a strong
eventually,
word.
yeah, and eventually, hopefully, no combat breaks out. because the rest of the party is trying to take a long rest, and Vetzel's going to hopefully talk to the ferrymans again.
So small
And
detail.
hopefully get some medicine for Gregor for his lycanthrope.
1 month's timer. Anyways, for small detail, Omen tried to contact with ferryman. But he didn't. Instead, spew out the fucking token out because he has to do perception.
Yeah, because he was like, all right, shit, watch.
Also,
I hope he picked it up after.
Yeah,
Oh,
he still has it.
He spewed it out and just wiped it off and then just started to, tucked it away. Meanwhile, he also woke up Puck, who is now besides in Catwayne's tent. So on standby and saw Omen went with the orcs. But yeah.
So, is there anything else the party recalls? Oh, no, I guess
Other small detail. We went through and read like a lot of books and scrolls and stuff from the tent.
Oh yeah, Vetzel was like decoding. Vetzel's like decoding one of the scrolls, that the cultists were interested in.
Yeah, it was Trauerzeit, which was an old common book, and then there was a scroll.
It was a romantic tragedy.
Yes, a romantic tragedy, and then we had Itlacatalis in Tlalesi.
Yeah, that's the one that Vetzel is currently reading in Scale Tongue.
Scale Tongue.
Which
we unlock one of the rights, which was
that was from Trauerzeit.
Trauerzeit, which is the sunset rites.
The sands at the edge of Regiamentus are not always scorched by the sun's eye. It is when eyes close, the maiden weeps, and night falls, that powerful things may be done in her shadow. So yeah.
Oh no. Questionable things.
What now? God damn it. Anyway.
Is the Discord just popping off right now and I'm not paying attention to any of it?
Yeah, there's a conversation going on in general, which I don't know what the hell is happening. But either way, I'm going to mute on my end. I won't deafen, so the stream could still hear people talking. I'm going to try to call Oz to see if they pick up on their phone.
Gotcha.
And if they don't pick up, we're already technically down 2 people. So if people are up for it, if we'd be interested in doing maybe a Q&A stream instead.
Q&A.
Yeah, whether it be questions for the players, questions for me, the DM, you know. If
but man, am I hoping to play this? Because goodness gracious, college is approaching. College is approaching, and I am not happy.
I mean, we can always have like a shorter stream that covers like some light stuff, and then do the Q&A.
Depending. Well, because unfortunately, a lot people are still doing like dream stuff, which also include like Wit was doing dream stuff, and like we don't know.
Dang it, Wit! Come on, hop in the stream, damn it!
Well, okay. I'll go call them in a second. Of course, if they we don't know what's going on their end, if they have personal stuff going on. I will mute on my end. I won't be hearing stream, but stream will be able to hear you guys.
Gotcha.
So yeah, I will see you guys in a little bit. Yeah.
All right, let's get him canceled, guys. What can we say?
Yeah. Say something out of pocket.
No, you can still hear us.
No. Yeah. We can.
Yes, we can. Try to mute on Discord, maybe?
Magic.
Oh, that won't do it on stream.
Oh, magic.
Weird.
Hey, yo. Ghost and Mitchum, let's spam the fuck out of Wit. We try to summon them. Let's go.
Just spam the bloody gold Discord.
Check 1, check 1, 2. Now can people hear me?
I can hear you.
Okay, there we go. Now it's up to voice mod. And now I'm going to mute. Yeah.
Okay, now we need to get him canceled.
Hey, Chet, do you know I have a Twitter now? Just kidding.
start self-plugging.
Yeah.
Oh man.
Spamming him right now. Yeah, I'm spamming him right now. I'm building like a whole ass fucking wall of text of just me spamming his name.
Yeah. I do kind of like want to like plug my own stuff, you know, Starving Arts and all that, but I don't want to like make that, you know, part of the stream. Plus, Nature made it very clear this is a family-friendly area, and my Twitter is not family-friendly, so I don't think I should direct people to there.
Fair enough. Well said.
We did.
They didn't pick up their phone either.
Oh dear.
Damn it, man! Come on!
Wait, was Wit actually doing like dream stuff, or were they just sleeping?
They were doing dream stuff. Yeah. Wit
What
was
if I
doing
interrupt that dream?
Wit was doing dream stuff. Well, because, yeah, that's the thing. Like, yeah, Wit was doing dream stuff. Puck was... Well, no, Puck wasn't doing dream stuff. Vetzel was doing dream stuff. And Omen planned to do dream stuff. But then shit happened.
Man, we need new Bloody Gold players. Chat, if there's anyone that you know.
Bro, okay, no, we're not... we're not opening that up to the masses. Unfortunately.
Yeah.
Yeah, I do have a list, and I do have people to potentially talk to about being a new player, for the group. It's just unfortunately with I've been working on a lot of stuff right now, so I haven't had the chance to really basically talk with and interview people. So yeah, hopefully.
Oh, was that the same process that we all went through?
Kind of.
Yeah.
I've revised it a lot since this game.
Yeah.
But nonetheless.
Also, I mean, like, theoretically, if Wit doesn't show up, we can at least do Omen interacting with the orcs, and then do like Vetzel's dream and Puck's dream if they want, and then we can just cut there and do Q&A stuff.
Maybe. Like I kind of want to save that for like a proper set. I don't know. I know people were really excited, and I apologize.
It's been a week, man.
I know, and I apologize. Even though technically it's not my fault, but I still, well, last. But yeah, I would kind of want depending on how dream stuff goes, I would probably want everyone to be there for it. Basically.
Yeah.
And I can't necessarily say why. But nonetheless. Yeah. That and also orc stuff, depending on like if everyone, is woken up, then,
Yo, what the fuck happened to it? Did he like fell asleep late?
I mean, maybe.
I mean, his bar's not online. He's not saying anything in Bloody Gold.
Maybe either their phone died or something personal came up. I don't know. Well, I suppose
we will never know.
Yeah, I suppose if nothing else, I can at least show the new overlay. Even if we're not going to be getting to playing D&D today, we can at least show what is to come. Anyone have a drum roll, please?
That's not drum roll. That's like a broken Chevy.
Nice.
I can't roll my R's, I'm sorry.
Well, I didn't ask for you to roll your eyes, I asked for a drum roll, damn it! Close enough. 5,
really
4, 3, 2, 1. Da, 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 da. Take a little bit for stream update.
Why did everybody go silent?
Yeah.
Ooh, I
like
very
it.
much like.
Fuck yeah, that's sick, dude.
Yeah, I
cool.
finished this like earlier today.
It's really cool.
That is so cool.
Thank you.
Yo, there's a map. There's a compass too.
Yeah.
Yeah, the art on the side is super cool.
Yeah. Yeah.
Ooh,
Unfortunately,
question mark.
getting the ratio. Yeah, that's where the spot for the new player will end up being.
Gotcha. Have the people? Have y'all talked about armies on how
I
it will be executed
how
or not?
I do have a plan for how Amiya will be how Amiya's character will fare moving forward.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
All right.
But yeah, that's also
Yeah.
we'll cross that bridge when we get there. Yeah, unfortunately, I still haven't gotten the contact with the player, but nonetheless. But either way, I suppose at least until if Oz shows up, great. If not, actually, is there? Yeah, I don't know if there's much I could do to mess with the overlay.
Yeah, he's not still picking up.
Yeah, that sucks.
That's
But...
really all the time.
Okay, in that case, because unfortunately we're in a situation where one of the characters could be affecting the rest of the party depending on how stuff goes down. So I
Yeah.
would probably want to wait until next session for doing that. I'm sorry, but
I see.
yeah, I would want all the players to be there to properly react, basically. That, and also maybe by then we'd have the chance to at least have the new party member be chosen, if not introduce their character. But nonetheless,
The chosen one.
indeed.
That's possible.
So we'll have to see. The only other thing I will reveal about this is that there is one secret hidden in this this particular overlay
Ah.
that I'm not sure. For those familiar with the game, it might be obvious what the secret is.
Right now I'm looking. Hold up.
I think for us, especially, it's not going to be very explanatory since we don't follow all of Nature's campaigns.
Where this is for Bloody Gold. This is a thing with Bloody Gold to see like.
Oh. Guys, start looking.
In the meantime, how's chat doing? How's everyone? Yeah, sorry, we're not gonna be having a session. Probably gonna want to change. I guess the question.
Oh,
is
I think I realized what it is.
Yeah.
All of our weapons are by the table.
Oh yeah, there's that as well.
Oh yeah. Oh, this.
Yeah, I couldn't get all of them in. I could get most of them in. Oh, hi, Renegamer. Greetings. I decided a different campaign to watch tonight. Hi, Renegamer. It's a very unfortunate time for you to come in because one of the players is missing, or at least one of the players is unavailable. So we might end up
More days.
so it might end up being next week where we end up doing another session of Bloody Gold. However, we maybe end up doing a Q&A stream instead for those if the party, of course, is up to that. Whether it be asking questions about the players or asking questions about the DM. I can't promise I can answer everything, but nonetheless. Or if the players have any questions for me.
And if the wit just appears, then we can go as planned.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, if Wit does show up, then we can have we can continue with an albeit shorter session. But yes.
There's also gold right next to the pile as well.
Yeah, there's some literal bloody gold.
Yeah.
Wait, did you make overlays for each individual game?
I did. Well, I am currently. Striking Cold Iron and Bloody Golds are both done. New World's Frontier needs a little bit of tweaking.
Gotcha.
But nonetheless, because that was the first one I did, but turns out the ratio was kind of shot, and I didn't check it first. So that one is mostly done. I just need to fix it a little bit. But yeah. I'm
playing Apex Mobile right now.
That's right. I guess I'm realizing now the secret that I put in might not be as obvious as I thought it was.
Actually, now that I think about it, like, if we're like, what is our actual team name? Because there isn't.
technically speaking, both Striking Cold Iron and New World's Frontier both have team names.
What's your team name?
New World's Frontier? Well, it's also the name of their Adventurers Guild because they have their own building. It is the League.
Oh.
It is the League of Grand Brave Travelers, or LGBT for short.
Nice.
That is so cool.
Yeah. Well, technically, I
cool.
think the full name is the League of Grand Brave Travelers Questing into Adventure, or LGBTQIA. But you know.
They matched it up. Wow, holy
Yeah,
shit.
they went all in with that, which honestly,
Okay.
honestly respect. Whereas Striking Cold Iron, I believe they basically made themselves like a Ruby name, Hags, HAGSS,
Oh,
Nice.
gotcha.
Team
Okay.
Hags, which is ironic because the
about
party
us if we
hasn't.
do the
Which is
Ruby
ironic
name?
because the party hasn't run into any Hags yet. But nonetheless.
So there are only 4 players then wait, hold on.
Well, no, there's 5. Well, no, there is 5. Well, actually, technically now there's 6. In the Striking
Wow,
Cold Iron game.
6? Dang.
Yes, I indeed did say Ruby, Renagamer. I watched a lot more of it, interacted more with it when I was younger. Not as much anymore with the later seasons. But still.
Trust me, dude. The fucking damn. The old Ruby was so much better than the current one.
Yeah,
because,
I
goodness
mean-
gracious, they
I mean-
fucking massacred.
Yeah, I mean, rest in peace, Monty.
Yeah.
That unfortunately played a big role in, like, because he was one of the big players for a lot of it. But yeah, like,
Yeah.
it's... we're not going to go into... I fell off the last 2 seasons. That's fair. Yeah, I think I fell off at around season 6, give or take. Yeah, like 5 or 6.
The worst season.
Yeah, yeah, it was... Nah. But either way, this isn't a Ruby stream, you know, this is D&D.
Yeah.
So...
I mean-
You know, I'm gonna take the initiative and try and give Wit one last call, and I'll
Okay.
see if they pick up for me.
Yeah, sure. We'll try one
Roll
more
for
time,
initiative.
and if it doesn't work, then, well, you know, we'll move on. Actually, I might be able to... Can I...
Does
open-
anybody here play Apex?
I do not.
Because
I have
feel
in the
like
past, but I wouldn't call it like a regular for me.
Actually,
because
might
I have
be
a new
able to
character idea.
try something.
I have a new character idea. It's basically an automaton. Wait, is that available in your campaign,
I'm
Nature?
just confirming my ears. Confirming my ears there. Haha. Is Lavender sticking around in the Cold Iron campaign more for a while longer? By the looks of it, yes, Renagamer. Lavender will be sticking around for
Dude, let's go.
Yeah,
yo.
aka Kevin, at least the player, who is playing a druid of some kind. We actually don't know what their race is. Though
True
they,
to some kind.
yeah,
Nice.
though they look like a blonde blonde woman, but nonetheless, mystery blood druid. Yes, indeed. Right, let me.
Yo.
Yeah, I'm curious. Well, we'll have to see. Because unfortunately, there are a lot of mysteries in Nordareth, which I suppose some of them I might be able to answer today, though I cannot confirm anything. If we are going to be doing, if people are going to be asking some questions.
Hold up, Ghost. Do you play Apex Legends?
I do, and I suck at it.
Nah.
Gotcha. I have a new character
I-
idea,
Nice.
and it kind of
I
involves
think
Apex.
nice. I think I've played maybe like 10 matches, and in total I've gotten 3 kills.
To be fair, the controls are hard. It's like Overwatch Battle Royale.
Yeah, because I think the only 3 kills I've gotten is melee because no one expects an idiot to just start punching them.
Hands, boy. Just
Yeah,
starts
I
fucking
literally
dropkicking them.
I literally just run at people with shotguns, like dodge and weave, and they're like, "What is he doing?" And I just start punching them, hoping for the best, and then I usually get gunned down.
Perfect.
I don't really play online games that often because it's just not my scene.
There we go. It's a bit scuffed, but it works. Hang on. Hooray! Q&A stream!
Q&A!
Wait, hold on. Wait, what happened? Oh yeah, Q&A stream.
I just took my Q&A slide and just put it over so we could still look at the cool overlay.
Just smack it, dab in the middle, bro.
Hey, it works. It works.
It's the one meme. Improvise, adapt, overcome.
Alright, yeah. But nonetheless,
Yeah.
if we are going to be... You know what? I'll change the music if we're going to be going into some Q&As.
Yeah, go for some happy tunes.
Yeah, because this is the usual intro music for Bloody Gold, which is Sinister Shores by Adrian von Ziegler, which I love his stuff. Plenty of good stuff from Adrian. Or von Ziegler. Here's a good track. Let's grab... Actually, let me grab something I haven't used from Adrian in a while.
Oh wait, I can't sing that,
Yeah.
or else Twitch is gonna fucking...
DMCA.
But yeah, Twitch
Ooh,
chat, you got some
nice.
artists in the chat, you got some first-time DMers, some long-time DMers, first-time players, long-time players. You know, ask your questions.
Oh, what species is Vetzel? Vetzel is a UNT, which in my setting are much more snake-like than the
Snake
standard
boy.
heavy. Yeah, much more like, think a lot more like Naga-esque in that kind of way. Like, snake head, humanoid torso, snake tail for legs. Or think,
Also,
like the Vipers
if there's
from,
any...
the Vipers from, oh my god, what's the game? XCOM. XCOM 2.
XCOM.
Yes.
and there appears to be like a wit art. Oh no.
Yeah, that's the same wit. That's the same wit art from before.
Vetzel art. If the people are interested in seeing what Vetzel is, what Vetzel looks like.
Yeah, Vetzel. Yeah, that's Vetzel. I know Wit did fan art. Well, I said fan art or art of Vetzel.
Like an art trade, I believe.
Yeah,
I think
yes, it was an art
trade.
trade.
Either.
Yeah.
I drew Wit and then
Oh, yeah,
Wit
that's
drew
what it
Vetzel.
was. Alright, let's see if this works. If I can put an album.
Puck's new. I just realized Puck's new art kind of like reminds me of Bilbo Baggins from The Lord of the Rings for some reason.
I mean, yeah, it's that happy, cheery look.
Yep.
Yeah.
Oh yes, this does work. Nice. Alrighty.
You might want to change the stream title as well.
Yes, I will be doing so.
Just also, I'll be right back. I have to go get food. So give me 1 second.
Speaking of food, I just ate some caramel. I think you can call it macarons.
Ooh, nice.
And my throat is hurt from too much sweetness. Bro, my aim is shit. Ooh. Oh. Also, sorry, Chef, for the profanity. Watch your profanity.
I mean, yeah, stop fucking swearing.
Wash your fucking mouth out, you cunts.
The streams are... Wow, okay, I was gonna say. The stream's already labeled as 18+, so...
Yeah,
that's good.
Yeah, like, trust me, if the streams weren't labeled 18+, I feel like we would...
What do you mean? We're normally so tame.
Yeah, definitely.
Normally so tame. Yeah, tame.
So...
Seems to work.
Suppose in that case... Yeah, okay. Yeah, we'll still put it as D&D, but nonetheless, it's the Q&A.
Yeah.
So, if Renegamer or any other of the viewers have any questions, or if any of the players have any questions for me, any chat has any questions for me, or chat has any questions for the players. Already got first question. So, how far apart geographically is this campaign area from Striking Cold Iron? Good question. So Striking Cold Iron is currently on the western frontier of New Arcaster. Towards the river, towards the Nathanid, on the very edge of the massive Fuck You Fey Forest. Do you have a whole map you can show? I can. It'd be a little scuffed, but I do have maps.
By the way, good news, gamers. We are in chill Discord call mode, which means my headphones are off and I'm just using my iPad voice connector.
Ah, gotcha. Nice.
Because my iPad actually has a decent microphone. However,
Yeah,
you can probably
pretty nice.
hear it move whenever my bed shifts.
Oh, it's whatever. I'll just turn you down. Just edit your volume a little bit to balance everyone. But you're good. You're good.
Yeah, you're fine.
Boop. Nice. But yes, as for the Bloody Gold game, they are currently on basically the eastern frontier, quote unquote. I think I missed a lot of the early descriptions, so that's my knowledge got fair. So yeah, whereas for Bloody Gold, they're on the quote-unquote western frontier, towards the shore. Well, they're on an island just off the coast of New Arcaster, on the island of Mediasa, which is so far relatively uncolonized, though New Arcaster has been beginning to make ties with the orc tribes that are native on the island. So there might be something in the future. We'll have to see. And nonetheless, as for the map of New Arcaster, I should be.
And Vetzel hates here.
Vetzel hates it here. Yeah. Sounds like there's not much I can do to help with that part. Unless the party can make it better.
Fun fact, chat. The very first session we were teleported to this island, Nature was like, "Hey, Vetzel, hey, Vetzel, you put your hand down and feel something fuzzy. You put it up and is a spider the size of your hand." Vetzel panicked and smashed it against the rock and proclaimed, "I want to go home," as he sobbed into his tail.
Yeah, that was the thing. Sorry, here we go. Here is a map, a current map of the continent of Alshir, of which all of the games are currently taking place, specifically in the continent of New Arcaster. I know people can't really. I don't think people can really see my cursor to unfortunately point, but nonetheless, where the Strike and Cold Iron is currently like right along the river between Helmfirth and Dalhurst, towards the northern side of New Arcaster, which is everything in blue. So like where you see that that one cloud that covers over the river, right below that is where the colony is, where Strike and Cold Iron is. And the party is currently on the island of Mediasa, which is just off the eastern coastline. The bigger of the two islands on the map. And they are currently on the, as was just confirmed almost last session, because before they had no idea where the fuck they were on the island. They are on the northeastern side of the island. Thank you! Incarnate is a godsend for making maps and stuff like this, so yeah. Yeah, we can keep this up. Mostly it's New Arcaster. Yeah, we can keep this. Well, actually, put it away for right now. And put it back to Q&A. I can bring it back with referencing stuff. So yes, do any of the players have any questions for me, or anything, or does chat have any questions for the players? I've gotten to mess around with Incarnate. It's a lot of fun. It is a lot of fun. Yes.
Yeah, chat. You got artists, you got DMs, players, you got everyone in the call. So that's whatever.
Yeah. I don't know if any of you guys have any questions for me, or anything else.
I do have a question, but I feel like it's more of a mechanics question.
That's fine. That's not a problem.
I'm curious if Vetzel qualifies for your PTSD system.
PTSD system. I don't really have a PTSD mechanic system. That's not really something I really have mechanics for, nor am I probably ever gonna make mechanics for.
PTSD system, so
no.
kind of like.
I mean, I do have stuff. I do have stuff for stress and mental afflictions in that aspect, though. That's more of a Darkest Dungeon style, mental fortitude, preventing from going insane kind of thing.
Kind of like from when Wit wasn't able to defeat the wolf for the first time.
Mm-hmm.
He got stressed and wasn't able to get the benefit of his own rest.
So far, the stress system has been people have dipped their toes in, but right now with most of the threats the parties have been facing, they haven't really faced enough to the point where it would really start causing effects.
Mm.
Though in the future, we'll have to see.
Just wait and see.
Absolutely.
I'll have to see how much Vetzel grows to hate his life.
Sure, Vetzel will eventually have his comeuppance isn't the right word. That's not it. His have his arc. we'll have his
Character arc.
his development. His improvement.
So can I give a small confession?
Mm-hmm.
Vetzel's arc was supposed to start with the last boss fight battle.
Oh.
Well, because it was going to be this thing of Vetzel seeing the scary witch lady, immediately getting conflicted feelings of what to do in the situation, to a point of like fooling the party to get close to her, then using the nat 20 to deal like a shit ton of necrotic damage to her to like really take her down.
Yeah.
That was supposed to be his first like hero moment, but he didn't do anything.
Yeah, I know that. I know that was an idea that was tossed around, but. But yeah, unfortunately, the pirates counter betrayed you before you ambushed them.
Yeah.
So that unfortunately didn't go as. Then again, not a lot of plans go directly as planned in D&D, but nonetheless. Are there drums on this island? Probably. Probably not the type of drums that you're thinking of from Striking Cold Iron, because that was a whole thing. Yeah. Not that drum, but there probably are drums. Maybe magic drums. I don't know. We'll have to see. Yeah. Any other questions?
I have a question.
Shoot.
Omen, how did you come up with your character?
Ooh, that's a good one.
Well, when it comes to making okay, bear in mind, chat. I am a new player when it comes to D&D, and well, I'm trying to learn more about it, considering that I got into it when I watched Critical Role. It's one of my first thing that introduced me to D&D, and I wanted to try it out. So my first character thought was, okay, I'm gonna sound a little. I guess you could say a little inspired, but okay. When it comes to making Omen's character, I basically went for okay, how can I make a character that is cool and lovable, and I decided to go ahead and go through the media and try to find any sort of character that resonates with that ideal of mine. So
Did you find Vax'ildan?
No,
actually.
Okay. Vax'ildan was the foundation, which is why I chose the rogue class.
I see. Okay.
When it comes to the character, it is Loki from the Marvel Cinematic Universe.
Oh, okay. All right. Okay.
Yeah, that is basically what I went for, and I was actually going to be making Omen a little bit of a jackass.
I mean, he still kind of is.
Kind of. But
not
he's
as
still
much
friendly.
as the original concept.
Yeah. But that is basically what I come up with Omen, and then soon enough it went along into making some of his story, which me and Nature talked about. That's how Omen is introduced to the campaign.
Yeah. So he may be an edgelord, but he's our edgelord.
Well, he's not technically an edgelord.
Yeah, I know. I'm fucking with you.
But
yeah.
You know what? On the roads.
I suppose.
You know what vibe Omen?
Oh, what was that?
Sorry. Do you know what vibe Omen gives me?
What is that?
What?
A less evil Invader Zim.
Well, because Zim has a lot more of a maniacal, mad scientist. kind of
Right,
vibe.
but
Like,
I'm saying it's morally good Invader Zim because he's very married to this idea of being heroes. He wants to do the right thing. He has these harebrained schemes all the time that have just that one little
Yeah, I can
thread that
see it. I can
I
see
can
it.
kind of see it. Yeah, like I think
Especially with
I'm
Omen's
not saying that,
Unhinged.
yeah, I'm not saying that Omen's stupid per se, but like Invader Zim's a lot more of like an intellectual kind of type compared
Yeah.
to Omen.
Smart boy. If Omen was a wizard, then maybe, yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Not only that, Omen's unhinged. I mean, have you seen the shit that he's done?
Yeah. Oh, we got a few more questions coming in. Of course, from oh, we got Renegade Gamer, and also, of course, from Mitchum. I see. Hi. So, are you familiar with the old Dark Sun D&D setting? I've read up a little bit on it. I mean, I've done research into a little bit. I've dabbled a little bit into a few of the different D&D settings just to figure out, like, okay, what is already there from other stuff, and how does that compare and contrast to my stuff? And I know Dark Sun is like post-apocalyptic, kind of, which is interesting. Which I did take a bit of inspiration from that with Nordareth, because Nordareth technically is post-apocalyptic. It's just it's
Yeah.
not as much of like the Fallout, less Fallout, more Studio Ghibli kind of post-apocalyptic, where like the world. I forgot what the name of the movie is. I have yet to see it, but I know of it. Like The Castle in the Sky, I think it was. Where like the apocalypse happened, but the world has had enough time to recover, and like everything's grassy and green again, and that whole idea.
Nier Automata style of apocalypse.
Sure, yeah. I've never played Nier Automata either, though I've heard good things, and that sounds about right. But yeah. Also, how did you come with the name Nordareth? Was that any inspiration behind it, or just a cool name? Okay. Be honest.
I'm interested with this one as well.
I'll be a bit honest here. So I started world building. I started world building, period, and also specifically world building for Nordareth about, I want to say at this point it's 8 years. I think 8 years ago. Basically, it was my first year of middle school. So. A lot of the early, like, baseline backbone of Nordareth comes from a lot of the fantasy stuff I was into at the time, which the big thing was World of Warcraft.
Nice.
And of course,
that's mostly with the foundation when it comes to like old D&D.
Yeah, it was one of the big. I mean, well, I think 4E was inspired a lot by because 4E came out around the same time as World of Warcraft was starting to get big. So there's the whole thing. But anyways, like it was Warcraft, Warhammer, like Warhammer Fantasy, a bunch of other stuff. And I took the name. Well, the last part of this of the world for World of Warcraft, Azeroth. That sounds cool. But how do I make that sound different so it doesn't sound like Azeroth? And then I went with Nordaroth. And I was like, wait, now that sounds too much like Lordaeron, which is a place in Azeroth. We'll switch things around a bit and make it Nordareth. Cool. There we go. Perfect. Like, I wish there was like with a lot of my later stuff, there's a lot more meaning behind it. With a lot of the early stuff, no, yeah, I just thought it sounded cool and it was similar to this thing. But I just tried to make it different.
Sounded cool. I mean, if the name sounds cool, then why stop there?
Yeah, I'm happy with Nordareth. I'm happy with how it started out. Well, so far, nonetheless. Let's see. I always thought the Dark Sun survivor economy, water, ceramics, scavenge other stuff, making the items currency was really neat. That is very interesting. The Nordareth does a little bit of that. It's just not in New Arcaster. Because there are other places and other peoples within Nordareth that do use like bartering, like barter system for a lot more stuff. Hell, the currency in Kanareshti, the continent that Kumal and Dasher come from, they use a different currency somewhat entirely, or at least parts of it do. So yeah, that's all. So yeah. That is, I am familiar with that concept, and I do also find it neat.
I got a question.
Answer.
Who has the best backstory?
Well, that's subjective.
Wait, let's see. Let's go with Striking Cold Iron.
The best backstory in Striking Cold Iron. Well, because, like, what determines... I know I said this, but what determines best is subjective and, like... I guess... How would I define a good what is a good backstory? I guess a good backstory helps to set up the character and what helps to integrate the character into the world. I suppose. Like, it makes it easier for them to actually interact with and have motives, I suppose, you know, connected to the world itself. And I suppose going off of that logic, that's a hard... I don't know if that's a hard one. Or sorry, I'm not sure. Sorry, I don't know if that's an easy one. If for which one do I think is personally the most interesting out of Striking Cold Iron? I mean, Dasher has a lot. There's a lot coming from his side of the game. At least in terms of his backstory. Though... I guess if I had to pick... Probably...
I mean, you could also, like, say, all of them got good backstories as well.
Yeah, all of them have good backstories. None of them have bad backstories. You've been with
them, like, for a very long time.
Yeah, if I was forced to pick, with a gun to the back of my head, probably...
It's just me with a gun in your...
Do it!
Pick who has the best backstory.
Oh, yeah. Probably either Nox's or Gal's, which is funny because both of them have the most gaps in their backstory.
Did I hear Nox's?
Nox, yeah. N-O-X,
Nox. Okay. My bad.
Not Noxus, not the nation from League of Legends.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
No, you're good. Yeah. Let's see. Does the magic of this world flow similarly to how it does in standard D&D, or does it follow a different philosophy, a la The Witcher, Name of the Wind, etc.? That is a very good question. And that is a question that is still trying to be answered to some degree in Nordareth. I guess to put what is known about it, we know there is a weave in the aspect that there is a cycle and there is a flow of magic. There are ley lines are a thing. You know, there are ley line nexuses where ley lines meet, etc., etc. However, there are different sources of magic, as in like. There are different flavors or different types of magic and where people draw their magic from, like arcane magic versus divine magic versus green magic, which is druidic magic, and so on. Excuse me. And there's also a different feel to the magic, I guess. Like, there are certain things that even a level 20 spellcaster can't do. In terms of like what magic, like what they can't, there are certain things that a level 20 spellcaster can't do alone. In terms of what the true extent of what magic can do. And so like, because that's also another question I've heard a lot, is whether my setting is high magic or low magic. I kind of say neither. Magic is pervasive in some aspects. Like, technically speaking, magic is everywhere, depending on how far you squint. Like, there is a cycle. Like, there's a you know how there's a water cycle, there is a magic cycle, where magic is recycled and flows through, you know, the planet. So, like, there's a lot of different faces to magic, and it's hard to really pin it down to one answer. And I know I keep giving things without truly answering the question per se, but like, there's a lot that is still unknown about the true, like, all of the ins and outs of magic, and maybe we never will. We'll have to see. But like, yeah, I don't know. Like, that's a hard question to answer distinctly.
Fair enough.
Very cool. And I dig the Enigma. Also likes the idea of magic clouds and magic rain. Huh? Yeah. There are instances where magic can affect the weather, and affect the environment and stuff like that, depending on how concentrated magic is in an area, and how different energies and whatnot. Yeah, that was a bit of a long question.
I got a question for player. Mitchell.
Ohio.
What does it feel like playing a homebrew class, which is Witch?
Oh,
that's a great question. I like it a lot. I think it's really fun. As someone who has like watched a lot of D&D and played a lot of D&D and DM'd a lot of D&D, having like a new fresh option that's something that I haven't ever heard of or seen before, it has been like a great experience, because literally it feels super fresh, I haven't seen hundreds of YouTube videos on, this is this class and this is how people play it and these are the stereotypes around it and all that sort of stuff, right? It's just like fresh and clean, and I can just like make it whatever I want, and that is really fun and exciting.
Yeah. Witches are definitely, I would definitely say, are so far the most popular homebrew class that people have played.
I'm liking it a lot. It's great.
Witches are fun. Like, plus also, like, there is the standard stuff that the Witch does, which is done by the Mage Hand Press, the original people that did the stuff for that, if you want to check them out. But there's also my own homebrew rules I add on top of that for the Witch, and personalizing, first off, the Witch themselves, but also the curse that is inflicted upon the Witch, which is always fun.
Right. Yeah, and I think it fits in your setting really well as well, which is great.
Yeah, absolutely. Another question from Renegamer. Do you have established pantheons at this point? Technically, yes. There are... I mean, the concept of... religion's complicated. We do know that gods exist, or at least we're pretty damn certain that gods exist. There are celestials, there are angels, there are those things. However, the connection with divinity is admittedly very distant, in terms that when the clerics have, even with clerics doing commune or praying to certain beings or having answers to prayers and stuff like that, it is typically through a celestial that works under the gods rather than strictly the god themselves. That is a constant. There are multiple sources throughout Nordaeron. So that's also part of a big reason. It's been covered a little bit with some of the folks and some of the NPCs in the various games. But with New Arcaster is a very religious society. However, it is much more focused on. Weirdly, it's very theocratic, but there's also a lot of religious freedom, in that there's a lot more worship of saints that are under certain gods, rather than the gods themselves. Because there's a lot more of that direct connection with those, at least as New Arcaster puts them, the saints, rather than strictly just the gods. Sorry, I just bumped my mic. So, I mean, other places have different pantheons and different interpretations in terms of their religion. So there is no... it's often believed that the different names and depictions for the various, deities or worshipped beings across the globe might be the same deity under different names, or the same saint, as New Arcaster puts it, under different names. So... yeah, that's another question. That's another situation that there's a lot more of a conundrum about. Oh, one big thing about the divinity is that the gods and the celestials are a New World thing, in terms that these happened after basically the apocalypse. So people existed, and clerics existed technically before the gods did. So that's a whole can of worms that people are having a time over. And unfortunately, I can't answer all of that whole circumstance because we don't know the answer for that, about why now, of all times. But yeah. Never a roundabout answer for that. More questions. Survival type aspects of the game seem to be pretty ingrained into your system. How do you as a DM draw the line between fun and to hardcore? I guess that's based on the question of how do I balance my encounters? I mean, my general rule of thumb, this is what I tried to do. I try to make it where my games are challenging without necessarily being brutal. Like, this isn't Dark Souls. You know, that's not what I'm going for, you know, having people go through a meat grinder. But, like, I want the fights to feel like they're earned, and that the fights are, you know, life-threatening, at least in most aspects. Which, you know, Bloody Gold, that's been going pretty decently. Those most of the combats that I think went the best are probably Bloody Gold. I mean, of course, also Striking Cold Iron, but nonetheless. Now, as for how I do that, I mean, I do homebrew my own monster stat blocks. I do, you know, think about like what the parties are capable of and how that kind of contrasts with things. But even then, there is always that aspect of like playtesting doesn't stop when initiative is rolled, because that's always a thing with DMs and trying to work with a lot of homebrew content. So like, I don't have a hard system per se, other than like how do I think about my encounters and how do I think about my monsters. But yeah, sorry I didn't really give like a straight answer for that, but that's the easiest I can come up with on offhand. Yeah. Looks like Ghost. Hi. Question for the DM: how do you create? Oh, now of course that's the next fucking question. Question for how do you? I was
about to say, well, my fucking thing's irrelevant.
Yeah. How do you create monsters or homebrew enemies? Do you go for more rule of cool or for more stat based? Yes, but kind of both. Okay. Here's a little sneak peek. Here's a little behind the scenes. How do I run my encounters? How do I roll my stat blocks? So, as for how I make my monster stat blocks, I am basing this off of a video from another D&D content creator called Z Bashu. He does a lot of like D&D animations. Cool guy. He had a video on basically setting out how to make your monsters more Witcher-y, because I'm a big fan of the Witcher series. And the basic concept kind of goes as follows: you take the monster that you throw at your players, make it about 2 or 3 CR higher than the party. Then the party is like average. You know, see what the party would fight on average. Like if the party is level 2, then you make it a CR 5 or CR 4. For Striking Cold Iron or other, like depending on the monster, I might make that higher depending on how scary I want the fight to be. And then, for the monsters, usually I'll take inspiration from other stat blocks of like, okay, I'm looking for a big, tanky, big damage, you know, fighter. What other monsters are kind of like that? You know, take stuff from that. And then kind of start Frankensteining stuff together. And then finally, I typically give a monster, like, at least 1 or 2 weaknesses, a number of resistances equal to their CR, and an immunity or general resistance per 3 CR, I believe it is. So if you had a CR 6 monster, it would have 2 immunities, 6 resistances, and 1 or 2 weaknesses. Though of course that also can change depending on the monster because of, you know, some things I might change it so less weaknesses, or sorry, less resistances, but more HP, or whatever the circumstance might be. I like to Frankenstein monsters from a bunch of other stuff. Like, okay, I'll take this from this and this from this, and add this cool ability, and oh, this would be fun, you know, and trying to make it all balanced and everything. Then also introducing new mechanics for like sort of bigger style boss fights, depending on when those come up, and those are always fun. Yeah. Next up from Renegamer, big philosophical questions are hard to answer neatly. Yeah, that's fair. Another question for the DM and the players. What is your favorite D&D story? Like a moment when playing or running D&D that made you know you love this game. I'll the players go first, because that's a hard one for me to answer.
I can start.
Yeah, you can start.
Sure, go ahead.
All right. So, this in this other campaign that I was playing in, so not anything to do with the server, this campaign, we were basically like trying to essentially take down like this drug syndicate that was essentially eating away at like this big city. And we couldn't find like a good way to like sneak in to their complex because they had so much security around it, right? And so like we had tried with like literally like casting invisibility on each other. We had passed without a trace. Like we had tried like everything to try and see if we could like sneak in, and we just like kept failing and getting away. And so what we ended up doing is we went and found this little goblin seller builder guy who basically was like, bring me these materials, I'll build you a hot air balloon. And we gave them the materials, built a hot air balloon, flew over the complex, and then someone cast like Featherfall, and we all just like we basically skydived. Yeah, we paradropped in on top of this
That's
like
so
giant
fucking
complex.
stupid. I love it.
And then we set up like this big ambush thing and like took out the big bad guy with like all of these coordinated, basically like ranged casts and like, you know, sniper shots and all that. It was so cool and so awesome. And at that point I was like, yeah, I'm locked in. I cannot not play D&D anymore.
That's fucking amazing. Shadow, do you have a favorite D&D story? Oh wait, sorry. I believe this is your first game.
I'll actually go let Ghost first.
Oh, okay. Ghost, do you have a favorite D&D moment?
I have a few, but I'll only tell one, which is like
That's
the
fair.
first like D&D story I love having. This was like my very first campaign I was a player in. Sadly, the game hasn't been played in a while because like the DM had to go like do like college stuff and like live his life.
That's fair.
But I very vividly remember we were trying to like, you know, there's like the classics, like the first time you kill someone with a bag of holding, you know, there's the first time you lie to a city guard, like Bugs Bunny your way through things, stuff like that. But the thing that made me like laugh out loud, like be scared, was we were in this town, and it was like me and some very close friends that we're friends with. We were like, hey, we have to go see the scientist, and we went down to his lab, and in his lab he had like this giant glass cylinder of like sentient acid.
Oh.
And it was called Greg.
Okay.
And like we were talking to this scientist who's like kind of evil. He's been experimenting on people, trying to like cure his daughter of this disease by like infecting other people, you know, stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
And like the guy who hired us is like, okay, you need to go break him out of prison in this city. And I was like, okay. But before we left, I stayed behind and I was like, you know what? I'm gonna free this sentient acid. I'm not gonna let him stay in this cage anymore. And so I was like, I grabbed a chair, a metal chair, yelled, "Be free, Greg!" Hit the chair, rolled a 3, and it didn't do anything. And I kept hitting it over and over and over again, trying to like roll high enough to hit it. And eventually I was just like, fuck, okay, hang on, let's try this. I put like metal tables, like align them in like a stepping stone order. I like stand on the tables, because I know like once acid goes, everyone's gonna get all over the floor. And like I go, fucking be free, Greg! And I hit it with just the force to crack the glass, make it spill out. And I barely passed the agility check to like hop onto the tables to like get to the stairs out of the basement. And I just see it like spill all across the floor, slowly eating all the lab equipment, the metal chairs and shit. And I just like, be free, Greg! And I ran out of the building. And
oh my god.
An important thing to remember.
I do remember this story.
This city has an entire underground bit, like 30 levels of underground, like shopping centers, prisons, shit like that.
I forgot about this.
So I was like, hey, I'm gonna let this thing out and eventually, you know, go into like, it'll just stay in its room or it'll melt into the sewer system, just escapes, shit like that. Later on in the story, like in the same like session, the guards are like trying to deal with it. They're like, something's in the basement. It eats everything we throw at it. And I'm like, you know what? These guys are stifling creativity. Greg should be able to live peacefully. and I rolled an Arcana check to see what would be the worst thing to introduce to this thing with. And DM was like, if you pour water on this, it's going to grow.
Oh,
I was like,
no.
And I conned the guard saying, look, it's like a pimple. It's going to get bigger before it pops and dies. Just feed all the water to it. Don't stop feeding water to it. And they're like, oh, that's a great idea, sir. Thank you. And then I run to the elevator, go down into the subterranean area. And, like, I try and get my partner, like, we gotta fucking go. We gotta, like, hurry, do your shit, but hurry up. I'm trying not to say anything. And, like, I'm constantly, like, my character looks up to, like, do I see anything? Like, you don't see anything yet. And I'm like, okay, God, fuck, okay. And, like, immediately, like, after the part is, okay, we're done shopping and stuff, we're gonna head up. My character looks up and starts seeing the ceiling give way. As this
Yeah, it becomes a fucking sinkhole.
Yeah, this fucking massive, like, huge glob of black acidic goo that's sentient, that's, like, crying and screaming the entire way down. It's pouring on to, like, the areas around us. And the best thing is this entire city is only full of gnomes. It's just gnomes. So my Dragonborn character is literally punching gnomes out of the way so we can run to the elevator.
God.
And eventually we get to the elevator, like, sir, we're at max capacity, we can't let anyone. I am picking up gnome families, throwing them out of the elevator until we can shut the doors and everyone's, like, screaming. We get up, and once we get topside, the goo is, like, 3 stories tall. It's gotten to, like, this massive block size. And we're just like, fucking run! And we all head out of the city. No one suspects us or anything. And we leave the city gates, and, like, there's hundreds of gnomes watching their entire town get destroyed. And it was that moment I was like, oh, fuck, my actions have consequences. Fuck, this is the best video game I've ever roleplayed. It's like,
holy shit, I just destroyed a fucking entire civilization. Awesome!
Yeah, DM was like, congratulations, Jason. You have literally destroyed a centuries-old town that took millennia to build. They will now have to relocate literally fucking everything. You have ruined countless people's lives. And I was like, that's so fucking horrible, but holy shit, that's amazing.
Yeah, that's about right. Like...
and that was like my my thing of D&D where it was like, oh, my actions have consequences. Oh, fuck.
So remember that, players. Your actions do have consequences.
Nah.
And they can snowball like fuck.
Maybe. Depends on how far I let it go. So Shadow, did you have a best D&D story?
Well, the best D&D stories that I have is just in your campaign, but you and Ghost's campaign.
That's fair.
Yeah. One of the best stories that I can offer you guys, well, I think you already know what it is. It is the Kaipin fight that the first time.
Hell yeah, dude. That's exactly what I was thinking too.
Man.
The first Kaipin fight. So context, chat. Right in the story on
this
all
was like
this
episode
occurred.
1 or 2 of Blood.
Yeah, there's a VOD for this one.
Yeah.
I think it's not episode 1 or 2. I think it got into a decent point where I think we
actually
gathered...
it might have been 4. It might have been episode 4.
Because I remember we have gathered Catwayne, Gregor, and Zolman. And Sabine as well, actually. Yeah, Sabine.
Yes, you just found Sabine at that point.
Yeah. So basically, Sabine did like a hand sign to Zolman and said that, yo, there's this like big thing and we're at its like feeding ground. So basically the party decided to go ahead and, you know what, let's explore that area. And while they explored that area, they were introduced into this Monster Hunter-esque like beast of a unit, which is the Kaipin.
Yes.
That the party had to fought. It was we managed to diverge like a good solid plan. Yeah. While Nichu is grabbing a picture of the Kaipin, we managed to like form a good solid plan on how we're going to be dealing with the Kaipin. With how we dealt with it, we basically had Vetzel, Ghost's character, to do a
There it is.
what was it? Ghost, what was it? The one that you
Soothing
did.
pattern.
Yeah, soothing pattern. Wait, no. Was it? You made it like command something.
It was
I think.
suggestion,
Or-
basically.
Yeah,
Yeah,
suggest.
soothing patterns,
yeah.
which basically, innate spell casting suggestion once per day, once per long rest.
But yeah, so
You
that's
just-
basically what G what Ghost did, and while we were doing that, Ghost decided to go ahead and order it to wait for it to be pet, which worked really. So it was just there sitting waiting and not aggravated, and that's what we we want, so that way we can ambush them.
Mhm.
So, I can't remember who it was, but it was someone who hit it first, and then it snapped out of it. So it was an
Yeah.
ambush. It was a full-on
Yeah,
ambush.
it was a full-on surprise round, and
Yeah.
and I remember as, oh boy, I'll let you go. I'll let you go.
It's all flooding back.
But while we did that, while everything that unfolds, the Kaipin basically like snapped, and it basically returned into its like form, and it was like it was about to fuck us up. So what Omen decided to do in this scenario, he was actually on top of a tree at the right side of the Kaipin, which made him, I guess you can say, sneaky
Yeah.
in that in those
Yeah.
moments.
This is all on like the side of a cliff, by the way.
Yeah, this all takes place in at a nearby waterfall.
Yeah,
So
this is like the party is like down on the tree line, like looking up at this cliff with a waterfall coming down, and then the Kaipin's like crawling down was like half crawling down the cliff face.
Yeah. So while that is happening, Omen decided to go ahead. You know what? I'm gonna Assassin's Creed this shit, and then he just basically jumped behind the back of the Kaipin and then starts stabbing.
Yes, that was. Oh yeah, that was it. Yeah, you managed to lure it down to the ground. Then the ambush happened. Then it tried flying back, climbing back up the cliff to get back on the ledge. And Omen was in one of the trees.
Only for it to be stabbed.
Yeah, you jumped from one of the trees onto the Kaipin's back, pulling a fucking like Monster Hunter Shadow of the Colossus fucking rodeo with this thing.
Yeah, and that is where nature decided to make me roll on how I can maintain being on top of it, basically.
Mm-hmm. And you
So,
got knocked off.
Yeah. Well, before that, I dealt some damage.
Yeah,
and
you
then,
did do some damage.
And then it started to like make a morale check to see if the Kaipin would stay to fight or decide to flee. Also, chat. To get you up to speed, morale check is basically where if a
Yeah.
enemy that nature has built for us has to make it to see if they are willing to stage for the fight or not, or basically just fleeing the fight.
Yeah.
So,
depending on how
if-
bad the combat's going,
Yeah.
I'll typically
And-
roll a wisdom save, basically.
Yeah, and it rolled really fucking well to the point that it had to flee basically.
Yeah, it was like, fuck this
Oh,
shit, we're bolting.
yeah.
Like,
So as the shit bolts, it took Omen with it.
Yep.
So, when Omen, basically, that is where,
oh yeah,
I
that's
was
it,
made
yeah.
to roll.
That's when it
I
started
was
climbing
made,
up the cliff.
yeah. It started to like fly away, and as that happens, nature had the honor to do roll a strength check to see if I can hold tight on that fucking bird.
And
I don't know. I don't know if the strength check that I rolled was like 1 inch away from succeeding, but it just fails and just missing just one more.
yeah,
and
I forget
that
how
is what-
close it was, but either way, the Kaipin rolled higher.
Yeah, but that is when Omen got shafted and fell. It was so dramatic.
Oh,
if I had to
yeah.
say so myself.
This was also the first near-death experience the party had.
Yes, it was Omen that initiated it, and when Omen was that falling, he cracked his head and fell unconscious.
Yup. Yeah, he
And that
fell.
is
I forget how many feet
and-
he fell. It was like.
60
Was
feet.
it? Oh, it was 60 feet. And just fucking
Yeah, it was 60 feet. Yeah.
plummeted.
Nature had the honors to not pronounce Omen dead, but rather unconscious.
It was close.
Yeah.
It was close,
Yeah.
though.
It was
wasn't
really
enough to
fucking
outright
close.
kill him, but with the death saves, it was
Yeah.
getting there.
Yeah. And let me tell you, chat, that death save was neck and neck. There was
Yeah.
like
It was
There
two.
was
It
two-
came down to. This is the second time in any of the games where it came down to 2 successes and 2 failures for whether or not a player
Yeah.
would live, for whether or not a character would live, and they survived.
with the help of both Puck's like herbalism kit, I think.
Yeah, people were using medicine. People were trying to help stabilize you. There was a bunch
Yeah,
of
Puck
things to
got
roll in your favor.
One good save for you. Or no, I assisted someone, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was Amia who performed the check, I believe. Yeah, that back when Amia's player was still there, basically, and that is when I think Amia is the one who has the most medicine check. And for what I can remember, I can just hear Ghost going in the background saying, "If I kill you, then it's not my fault."
Yeah, I had to leave. So I had to go
Yeah.
do
Oh
other
yeah,
stuff,
yeah.
right?
You had to leave
Yeah.
near the end of that, which sucks. But yeah, either way, Omen's still alive somehow, and
Well,
he
he
also
also-
subsequently had 2 more fucking near-death experiences.
Yes, if I had to tell that story as well, if it's
that's
available.
That will be here all day.
Yeah.
There's still a few questions. As for my favorite D&D story, that's a tough one to answer. Well, I guess what first introduced me to the sport, if you want to call it that, my first DM, who was a wonderful DM back from high school, with my first ever D&D character being a Silver Dragonborn. We started off as a Silver Dragon Eldritch Knight fighter that ended up going Paladin, Oath of the Ancients Paladin. We basically converted all of his levels from fighter to Paladin after a certain point. There are too many stories to count with Nylok, because like I started playing him at level 3. I came into the campaign early, like I was still pretty early in the game, but like this was an already established campaign with a bunch of other friends, and Nylok now is technically still alive and level 20.
Damn.
He's a hardcore veteran.
Yes. Nylok Dragon of the Cold Steel. He is, God, like I guess one of my favorite fucking moments, one of the most cathartic, or one of the most memorable moments, was literally when his arc came around. Because Nylok is, while he is a Dragonborn, he was adopted and raised by human nobles. And because basically feeling indebted to them, he became a knight to that family, to protect the royal family. And bad things happened to that royal family in the county that they ruled over, including the main enemy of the nation, who also just so happened to be basically the villain that abused Nylok when he was a kid. Very long story short. God, there are so many details about this story that I'm passing over, else we'd be here for ages. But long story short, Nylok, it came down to this final battle between Baron Castorensgit, who was the old Beastmaster and the one leading this frickin' rebellion, and who was the person who abused Nylok, and of course the party and a few other folks. And it came down to Nylok turning into a goddamn dragon, picking up the Baron, and dropping him into a pit of lava. And this
Nice.
was like soon before this lava pool was starting to erupt. And like there was so much emotion going through all of the stuff leading up to that point with Nylock and basically approaching his abuse and his his new family and everything along with that. Like, God, that whole fucking arc. Like, it's either that or when Nylock finally met his mom, which that's a whole other story. Probably end up telling those another day. Those will be from for another fucking session, because dear God, both those stories will be like hours. But yeah, like, it was my first ever DM.
Guys, update.
Oh,
Oz is alive.
oh
What?
shit.
I mean, at least that's good news.
Yeah, that's good news. Okay, pop off.
Hey, I mean,
We got time. We got time.
I want to have. I mean, God, there's still a few questions. We'll keep going until Oz pops in, at least until we finish up with questions.
Yeah.
But yeah. So yeah, I would love to continue that story, but that's a long one. Let's quickly look through the other questions. Renegamer, how much Lovecraft or Poe do you like in your D&D?
Yes.
No, I joke.
Yes.
I am a very big fan of Lovecraft and cosmic horror and a lot of that other stuff. Like, a lot of the weird, esoteric, occult, I am very much a sucker for those sorts of weird stories. I mean, hell, we've
Especially
seen...
there isn't a Cthulhu-based a Cthulhu pantheon in Nordaeron
I mean, there could
worship.
be. You don't fucking know. I mean, they're cults. They don't really preach their stuff publicly. I will say, like, aberrations are a thing in Nordareth. Like there are those sorts of cosmic, like, eldritch horror beings. It's just whether fortunately or unfortunately, a lot of them have been forgotten, or a lot of them have intentionally not been remembered. Also, hi Oz.
Oz.
How you doing? We ended up doing a Q&A stream because basically I'm doing a Q&A stream instead if you weren't available, but here you are.
Hello. Oz, if you're speaking, we can't hear you.
Yeah.
I know.
Oh, there you are.
Oh, there it is.
Hello.
There you are. Oh, hello. Yo, what happened?
You feeling all right?
I tried to take a couple-hour nap at like 7 in the morning.
Oh.
Ooh, gotcha.
Oh,
Okay.
I see.
And so I left my phone in the other room because I thought I was going to be awoken.
Ah, that explains
Gotcha.
it. Fair enough. Okay.
I mean,
To be fair, I hadn't slept for like a day before that. So
yeah, gotcha.
I was like, I'm just gonna take a nap for a couple hours later and get to D&D.
Yeah, that's fair. I mean, Oz, would you rather us? Do you want us? Would you rather be part of the Q&A, or we want to go into D&D things?
I mean, it's whatever y'all choose. I can do either or. I feel
I'm up
really
for
bad.
whatever.
I almost just didn't join because I thought y'all were doing a section about me.
Oh no, yeah, you're good. Yeah, we kept streaming, we kept going.
Yeah.
Also,
I woke
nature.
up about half an hour ago, really fucking pissed
Oof, that's fair. But yeah,
that I didn't get woken up at all.
yeah, that's fair. But yeah, what was that, Ghost?
We could have played my campaign. Fuck,
Yeah.
that's the entire point we started.
It's whatever.
Yeah, but like
It's whatever.
right now, Samuel's kind of integral to the combat since he the last thing that happened last session was him casting Spirit Guardians.
That too.
That's
Alright, I suppose we can speed through some of the last questions, and then we could get back into D&D. It'll be a shorter session, to be fair, but
I'm so
nonetheless.
sorry.
No, you're good, you're fine, no problem. I'm
I
happy that you got the
expected guys
rest.
should do the part with Omen because you don't really need me for that.
Well, depending on what happens, everyone could get woken up, and then, everyone have to react to things, so.
Yeah.
thing. Either way, let's see.
No spells mean slashy.
That's fair. Yeah. How much Lovecraft or Poe do you, there's like a D&D? We answered that. Blah, blah, blah. Have you ever fudged a roll to save a DM, PC, or PC from dying? I have fudged dice rolls, though I haven't really done that for death saves. Which, I mean, hey, fudging dice rolls, honestly, that's just a tool in any kind of any DM's tool arsenal to accent the game, to make sure to try to get make sure the party gets the experience that you want them to have.
My rule is that I'll never fudge up, but I'll fudge down for when I DM.
Yeah, that's a good rule of thumb. I don't, like I said, I don't fudge very often. I try to avoid doing it unless I absolutely have to.
Yeah, the one time when I was DMing that I had to fudge a roll, was when I got the full. I rolled for a dragon's breath weapon, and they were all mapped.
Hmm.
And the party was like, it was a wormling, but the party was like level 3.
Oh. I see.
It was the final boss of the one shot, and it was a wormling, and the party was level 3.
And it was kicking their ass.
Yeah, I had to fudge down its damage so it wouldn't immediately kill all but the tiefling.
That's fair. Yeah, generally a good rule of thumb is that, like, I would discourage putting enemies in front of the players that do more than, like, a third of a character's HP per hit.
Yeah, but it was the first one shot that I like written myself,
Oh,
and they
yeah,
loved
that's
it.
fair.
They got the kobolds and the tower to union
That's fair.
with a successful speech check.
Oh yeah, that was the whole thing. Yeah, let's see. Renegade Gamer, are any of y'all familiar with Anbanar? Anbanar? I believe I'm saying that.
Oh, God. I feel really bad.
I am not familiar.
I told my roommate from my last semester, last semester, that I was gonna be doing a D&D stream tonight,
Oh, and then you just But here you are now.
Yeah, okay. Maybe we could just hop into D&D then.
Yeah, that's fair. Finally, and yes, Renegade Gamer, I am quite familiar with the King in Yellow. That is a very, because we were talking about Lovecraft stuff earlier. I am very, very familiar with the King in Yellow.
I've learned about the story itself, and the SCP based on it is my favorite.
Oh yeah, that's the Scarlet King, I believe.
The Hanged King.
The Hanged King, that's it. Yeah. I believe the King in Yellow came out after Lovecraft started establishing stuff, though don't quote me on that. Let's play some D&D. Yeah, we'll get to that very bit. And Bonar is a total conversion mod for Grand Strategy game. That's very cool. Is it for Total War? That sounds familiar. Either Total War or Crusader King. That sounds vaguely familiar. We'll look at that later. But nonetheless, so 1985 publication date for Wikipedia. Oh, that's interesting. I believe Lovecraft was early. Oh, it's a U4. Okay, that makes sense. Yeah, I'm not sure. I think Lovecraft was from before. But yeah, I have to double check the numbers. But anyways, we've technically already done the recap from earlier in the stream.
I'm sorry.
No, you're totally fine. I'm happy. I am happy that you got the rest, and that you rested and recovered.
Nah, I just feel bad because I really didn't need all that sleep.
No. Do not apologize. You are fine.
I just had an energy drink and wanted to lay down with my cat.
Lovecraft died around 1930s. Oh, okay, I see. So yeah, King in Yellow was from. Oh, he is. That's the line. Anyway.
But yeah, I almost just didn't go because I felt better.
Okay. All right. So, we're probably only end up being like I said, be a much shorter D&D session, quote unquote. But nonetheless. So, also, Oz. I don't know if you noticed looking at the stream, but we have a new overlay. That I finally that I just finished today.
Ooh.
goodness. Alright, so I suppose in that case, if we're going to be getting into the game proper, let me actually change the music!
I hope you enjoyed this variety stream.
We got the
Yeah.
channel point redeemed and everything.
Oh yeah. I am still... there's still a few things I need to finalize for affiliate stuff, mainly basically bank account stuff and actually getting the money together. But other than that, we have reached the goal for affiliate. So hopefully that'll be coming in the very near future. So people can give me money! If they so desire. You know what I'll change the name of the title of the stream to? Man, I hate oversleeping.
Sorry.
No, I'm pulling your leg. It's fine. Seriously.
So it's official.
Mm-hmm. It's official for what?
It's official. We're getting a different title.
We will be getting a new player. Just unfortunately, I haven't had the chance to really sit down and establish that just yet. Because like I still need I've been busy, honestly, and actually have to sit down and like talk with people. There we go. Man, I hate oversleeping. Perfect. All right, so. I was watching Arcane, but decided to drop my stream. Oh, well then, well done. Alright, let me grab... we're already past the intro stuff at this point, so I'll grab some fitting music. I feel a little bit sad I keep going back to this track in particular for stuff. But,
It's a good track, though.
Yeah, well, I haven't played it yet. Because technically I've been using this in the other game as well. This one. But it's the main I often take from this band for work stuff. But nonetheless. So, I suppose before we get too deep into things, I should probably roll to see to whom the fates smile kindly upon today, because that is not something we have rolled for just yet. So first and foremost is a 3, so Vetzel gets a point of inspiration.
Hey.
And secondly, reroll. That's another 3, reroll. That is a 6, reroll. Actually, what am I doing? I should grab a D4. There's only 4 PCs right now.
That's what I've been saying.
You know what? I never said I was bright. Yeah. 2. So Puck gets a point of inspiration.
Go.
Alrighty.
By the way, if anyone cares, the 50s pinup alien is coming along nicely.
Oh. Nice. All right.
It's not horribly not safe for work, so I should be able to at least send it to the group chat and then let Nature decide.
That's probably fine. Either way, I'll probably look at that episode. So, heading back in as the rest of the party is currently resting and potentially dreaming the night away, with haggard but relatively calm rest. However, there are a few members who have been awoken in the middle of this restful sleep, namely Omen and Puck, I believe, and also one of the allies in the dwarf
Catwing.
Yes.
Makes me very uneasy that you got rid of the top of the tent.
Oh, yep. Now that the tent has been properly pitched up, I put back in the covers, the lighting.
Makes me much more uneasy.
It's a tent. You know, it's nice and cozy. But anyways,
It's a casual tent.
But yes, we last left Omen as he was following behind an orc woman, tall, somewhat long but still fairly kind of curly braided hair, kind of running back, and pointed ears and everything. Very very clearly realizing the language barrier between this new elven. This new person and her, And the most that they could translate is to follow, and of course Omen did. Following behind to see another 4 orcs currently standing towards the shoreline that all turn back, currently holding weapons as they turn to face you, Omen. You can only make out their silhouettes and their eyes in the night light.
Put both hands up, like not like really up, but to the side, and just slowly walk towards the 4.
Yeah.
The 4 orcs.
Okay. I'll say roll a charisma.
Charisma? Just a charisma check?
Yeah, just straight charisma.
Let's see. Da, 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 da.
Let's see what these guys are here.
Let's go, BB.
19.
Easy.
Yeah. Initially the orcs, the moment a second person comes through behind the orc woman, you see a few of them kind of tighten their grips on their weapons, which you see once again to describe. You see spears that some of them are wielding. You see these massive war bows. Basically, it looks like they're standing from like head to toe, looking at these silhouettes, like these with the massive draw weight with each of them. With currently, like, arrows are currently knocked, but they have not pulled back the string. However, before they really have the chance to, you hold up your hands, and the orc just kind of looks over at them and gives a nod before they all just drop their weapons. However, as you take note of them, with your passive perception of a 14, looking at them, you note firstly that while they do seem to be wearing armor, at least like certain like furs and hide and certain things to their person, you look to see like some of the weapons that they are still carrying seem to be either like broken or like busted, and like some of them are sort of basically falling back to other weapons other than their main.
So they're kind of worn out.
Yeah, from what you can see. That and also you see some of them are noticeably less clothed than others. Whether that means that they had armor that was broken and that they've since tossed off, or that's just how they fight, you don't know.
Roll perception to see if they are wearing the same necklaces as the closest that we fought.
Sure. Roll a perception.
Right. Don't fail me now.
Don't stop me now. 13. Looking at them offhand, you don't really see any. I mean, they do seem to be clearly be wearing like necklaces, memorabilia, like various other like sort of personal like jewelry. That's on a few of them. Though one thing that it's a bit hard to pin out with your in the dark, because there's no real light between all of you guys other than the sort of dim moonlight, but does
my dark vision help?
You have dark vision, though. You have dark vision, but you can't really see in color with dark vision.
Gotcha.
There is a notable shift in like skin color from some of the orcs, like the lady next to you, and also this orc over here seems to look slightly different than like the other 3, as if something physically about them is like something seems different. Though of course in the grayscale that you're seeing currently, it's a bit hard to pin out specifically. However, otherwise you do see it looks like they probably have like tattoos. Looking at them, you see markings and scars and whatnot on a lot of them. You do see the other 4 orcs also have, similar to the woman, Well, I should say 2 of them also have looks like humanoid-looking heads, disembodied heads, like hanging by their hair from their belts, as if they have also been, you know, claimed. Though outside of that,
All right.
yeah, they, like some of them looks like they also have bags and other sort of memorabilia like on them, but nothing else they're openly carrying.
Okay. Almond's gonna go. Okay. Hello there. Who leader? I'm gonna start saying broken common.
Okay.
So
well,
just says who leader.
Well, actually, let's roll intelligence to see how much how much common they know. Are you doing any hand gestures alongside your speaking, or are you just trying to talk to them?
I'm basically like pointing all over the place. To the group.
They all
Leader.
look kind of quizzically at each other, and like they start muttering like shush, like they're like all kind of like muttering. Before looking back at you confused.
Oh no! Oh no! I look back at the woman, the orc woman next to me, and say, "You leader?"
Woman's kind of like looking at you. No. Coleman?
Fuck. I say Elvish and fuck.
Nope, nothing. They just still seem confused. Like, the woman kind of goes over to the group, and like, kind of starts like patting one of their shoulders and starts like ruffling through one of the bags they have, and pulls out this. It almost seems like weirdly like you'd think it's almost ornamental at first, but you realize quickly it's not. Like it's this sort of like half of a piece of some sort of metal plate, which almost reflects what little bit in the moonlight this kind of like this sort of orangish yellow kind of glint. Though you can at least tell with your passive that looks very severely like rusted and corroded. And you start looking as she pulls out other things, like she starts pulling out what looks like a new Arcaster like made swords that she pulls out that's also very heavily rusted and like snapped in half. And just kind of like
Almost just
sets them
staring.
out.
I was just staring like, man, I should have not done this. Almost just looking. He looks at one of the orcs and just waves his hands. And then just goes back into looking.
Hang on. Like turns to you, like it sort of points to you, Yaka, and like kind of points down at the rusted pieces and like kind of does like a hitting motion.
Hitting motion. Okay. Oh shit! Oh, okay. I approach the laid out items.
Mm-hmm.
And break. I say break. Break, and I point at the items that they laid out.
No, Yaka. As they try to like they kind of point more at the metal plate and like almost like they're kind of gesturing, like they go to grab like a stick and then start like kind of tapping against it.
Okay. Mend?
like the orc turns back to the others, and they all just kind of shrug.
I have a friend to who fuck what do I say? Communicate, man. Okay. I have friend to talk. Come with me.
Are
Shit,
are you
that's
okay?
too much.
Are you? I guess I should. Are you doing any hand gestures as you are speaking?
Yes, I'm doing hand gesture. Like when I say come with me, I'm pointing at myself and then pointing at the direction that where we just came from, back to the camp.
The orc woman nods and starts like grabbing the pieces to put them back in the bag. As she turns, kind of like nods her head as all the orcs start following you now.
Okay, we're getting somewhere. Okay,
God, I
So
want
I
a meta
don't-
game so bad just to get this over with.
look, man, look. I'm trying my best.
Mhm.
Okay,
Can I just throw a pigeon at Omen really hard that says "Wake the snake"?
But yes,
okay. So I go back to the camp. Does Kathleen
Okay, so
see all
Puck.
the orcs?
So, Puck, as you see Omen coming back, you very quickly see another 5 orcs making their way through, all armed with weapons. Like, some of them with spears, others with bows. Currently making their way into the camp.
Uh-huh. Oh god.
Like, you can,
Okay.
you can hear the amount of people coming in.
I say to them. I look at them. I point at the how many of them have heads on their waist?
3 of them.
Okay, I point at those who have the heads on their like side and go, no head, no head. I point at the head and say, no head. I'm
Roll a
doing the no
persuasion
gesture.
check at disadvantage.
Break skateboard.
Persuasion check with disadvantage. Oh,
Mhm.
shit. Okay.
19.
Woo!
Cool.
I'm a charismatic motherfucker.
The woman kind of like looks down. There's a few scornful looks, specifically from the other 2 orcs who have the heads. Before they kind of look back to the orc woman, and she kind of looks down at you, Omen, before looking over and starts winning. Slash, she starts saying something before they just kind of like sigh and then start basically walking back through to either like put them somewhere, as you see this one and this one, and then the orc woman just kind of like holds up a hand like wait, and then just goes off to follow them. As these 2 other orc dudes are just kind of left there, just standing idly, a bit confused.
Catherine did it. To see if she saw all of that.
What was that?
I look at the tent to see if Catherine is still on guard.
Catwayne
basically.
is staring daggers at you.
Oh.
She is saying nothing, though she is a look of "I'm going to fucking kill you."
God, nature, please. Can Paimon just be like, Vetzel, wake up, Vetzel?
Hang on, let's see if Paimon's
No,
awake.
I'm getting there.
Let's see if Paimon's
I'm
awake.
getting there.
Nope, Paimon's asleep.
Shit! Fuck. Okay. Okay.
God, this is painful.
Puck is
Okay.
just kind of gonna peek his head out from like behind the tent and just like.
I'll say it. There you go. Yeah, now at this point,
Hear
Pure
the-
peeking out, you can
hear
see the
the-
2 orcs standing there. One currently
hear the-
has a spear, the other has a bow about as tall as him.
Do I hear from Puck that? Psst?
I'll say roll a stealth check, Puck, to try to get your friend's attention without getting noticed by the orcs.
Totally fine. What could possibly go wrong?
You got this, but you got this.
I'm super stealthy.
I believe.
Fuck!
Do you wish to use a point of inspiration?
Absolutely, yes, fuck.
Okay,
God damn
reroll.
it. Okay.
I imagine Puck covering a stealth roll just like, new friends?
There's no way. There's no way that this
Yeah.
could go wrong twice.
Come on.
Okay.
Uh,
All right. Let me check their passive.
Oh no.
I imagine this fail just being Puck yelling, "Oh, new friends!"
You're lucky their passive is low. Yeah, you kind of hear, yeah. So Omen, they don't seem to take notice as you hear the psst, psst. You quickly turn to the orcs like, oh shit, they notice. You look at the one orc. He's kind of like cleaning his ear, like with one finger and like trying to like rub it out in the brushes before the other orc just kind of smacks him like, dude.
So I hear the okay. Okay. I look around to see if Puck is nearby.
Yeah, you heard the sound coming from behind this tent over here. Going past Catwayne.
Okay. I basically stand right here, to right next to the orc, and just pretend to wait and look to my sides to see Puck, and there's. Can Puck read lips?
Good question.
Great question.
Yeah, you walk over to the orc here. He's just like, shot into you. As he just kind of like steps away.
Okay. I look at Puck and just
this
goes.
look of just like, like kind of stepping away from you.
I do a like mouth since I'm trying to be stealthy as well. I basically go a wake up mouth movement.
Okay, Puck, I'll say roll perception.
Okie dokie,
Puck,
you
roll
got it.
perception. Omen, roll. What would this be? I'll
Just
say
performance.
there's like
Or
sleight of
performance.
either sleight of hand or performance. I would allow.
Okay, sleight of hand or performance. Okay, don't worry, Puck. You're in safe hands with me. Don't worry. You're in safe hands with me. Okay, maybe not. Maybe.
No.
Not.
So Puck, you kind of look out and you see him mouthing the words, "Wake up."
Okay. I'm going to make a bunch of fancy hand gestures like sign language, except it's unintelligible.
Mm-hmm.
And then I'm gonna get more behind the tent, and I'm gonna whenever I'm allowed to start moving back towards the tent to wake people up.
Okay.
Okay.
Are you
Has
gonna
the-
are you
has
gonna
the
wait
orc
for
already come
are you
back?
gonna wait for something before you try to start sneak back, or are you just starting now?
I'm just gonna start heading back now.
Okay, then roll a stealth check
Oh shit!
as you move past the campfire to go over to the tent.
Come on.
Do I have anything
had
for
a-
this?
No.
Do you?
I don't think I do.
Come on. You got this.
Alright, no, I'm just doing a flat roll. Yeet! Let's go.
Natural 20. Quiet as a mouse.
Pigeon.
You
Fucking
manage
pigeon.
to slowly tiptoe your way past the fire, kind of like keeping
Solid
an ear.
snake.
Yeah, keeping an ear out as you move, like being careful to
Puck
move with the
turned into
crackle.
a cardboard box.
Yeah, there's like you just take one of the crates nearby that the pirates were using, and you just put that over your head. Like they'll never find me here.
Yeah.
Across. And
Okay.
as you make your way over to the tent, that's when you see the other three orcs eventually making their way back. Though at this point you hear like Omen, with your passive, you hear the sound of like something with heavier footfalls, like outside, just kind of.
What?
And you hear like a few hushed tones from the orcs before eventually they pass up behind you, behind the other two.
I look at the three orcs that just left, and to cheer them up, I go, "You get food," and then I point at their stomach and rub it. Or comply. Basically, I'm trying to say that you guys complied, and I will give you guys food for that.
Dog truth after cutting the nails.
Roll persuasion.
Persuasion? Ugh. Okay.
I know I'm not awake, but it's just so funny. The idea of Omen giving them treats like they're dogs.
It's like dogs. No.
Yeah. The moment you do that, that's when the woman nods like, oh, yeah, Oka. Oza, yeah. Like this, they start gesturing as the other as the one orc woman nods and starts goes pull back as you can hear the sounds of more just as if they're like something is some larger creature is being guided towards camp.
Nature, I do have one question real quick.
Sure.
I know that we said, hey, like, Vetzel can roll to see if he gets his point across. Is it okay if I just burn my nat 20 to say I know rough orc? So at least I can always roll to always get my point across to some degree?
I would...
Because most of...
I would say, with using your birthday nat 20, you mean?
Yeah.
I'll say you would be able to automatically succeed in conveying one of the phrases or sentences if you want to make something count.
Okay. Yeah, if I get woken up to defuse this, I'm gonna do that.
Okay.
I was kind of hoping just to, like,
situation.
hey, Vetzel... Well, I was like, Vetzel knows a lot of Orcish, it's just stringing it together.
Gotcha.
So I was kind of hoping to just, like, burn the nat 20 be like, oh, right, Dad taught me Orcish, because most of my customers are orcs.
You know of Orcish, it's, like, you're not exactly fluent in it enough to really,
I just... Yeah.
It's just unfortunate, like, if you wanted proficiency in Orcish, I would have said, grab that from the beginning.
Yeah, I really wish I did, because it makes a lot of sense Vetzel would know Orcish.
Yeah. I mean, to a degree, it also makes sense that you weren't the one doing the diplomacy, or, like, talking, really, to be fair. So, like, you weren't the one making the deals.
Boy decided to go ahead and do this. The elf boy. Okay. So, has the thing walked yet?
Give me a moment.
I do have one question.
Mm-hmm.
Working under the Haste Office for about 5 years, it would be able to work out a pigeon of common worker.
Run that by me again. You can give me muffled.
A pigeon, like a mix of the two languages, so everyone can understand.
Yeah, like I said before, for both Vetzel and Wit, if you would be able to make intelligence checks to try and convey as much information as you can, and try to understand and process it. It's going to be a bit of a process.
Okay.
Because language barriers are a bitch.
Yeah. There's a reason that I think a pigeon is common in Orcish.
Mm-hmm.
Not Orcish itself.
Right, yeah. We'll have to see how well it goes.
Okay.
Oh shit. What the hell?
The music just makes it more intense.
Yeah. This is some good tense music for stuff like this.
Excuse me.
Bless you.
Bless you.
Thank you. Okay.
And as
don't worry, guys, I'm getting there.
And as they pull it out, I'll say, yeah. At first, you almost think it's a bear that they're pulling out. As you see this massive four-legged, hairy creature with a very, very similar sort of build and posture to a bear, except they have a much different, like a much bigger, nose. And it looks like the teeth, as they open their mouth, seems a bit different. As they start getting pulled out, if I can actually get the frickin'
giant anteater.
No, not that different. Not long nose, wide. Like almost like a big dog nose or rabbit nose.
Okay.
Give me a sec.
Bears' snouts are a lot more similar to rabbits than they are to dogs.
True, but nonetheless. You see as they start pulling out, this thing?
Capybara!
It looks a little bit like a capybara. Not exactly.
A giant wall.
Yeah. You see, it looks like it has, like, pouches and bags and stuff kind of, like, put to the side of it as the orc kind of points over to it and, like, rubs their stomach like you did.
Oh, fuck.
I can't see it. It's not on my end.
Well, Omen can see it, nonetheless.
Oh, don't worry. You'll see this
Oh,
bitch.
it's on the
Okay.
map. Okay.
Yeah, it's on the map.
Yeah. Okay.
Hey, Pug,
Okay.
you see you on T?
Yeah, do I have
what
the
about-
option
let's go
to
with
wake
Puck
anyone
first.
up
Let's
yet?
Let's
I'll
go
say
with Puck
at
first.
this point, I'll say at this point you can start waking people up, because all
Okay.
this is happening pretty quickly.
I
How big
enter
is
the
this shit?
tent.
Okay, go, Puck. Go first.
Guys, and I'm gonna start shaking
I guess I should
Vetzel
clarify
and Wit awake.
Okay, all right. So in that case, for both Vetzel and Wit, as both of you begin to concentrate, trying to focus, for Wit focusing on the blade and Vetzel focusing on, the kind of subconsciously grasping the amulet you have. Unfortunately, your concentration is pulled short as suddenly you feel very energetic hands shaking you awake, like, what the fuck up? Wake up! Wake up!
Uh-huh.
What?
What's going on?
I think Omen's in trouble. He told me to wake you guys up. There's there's big people outside.
Okay, I'm big. We're big people.
Okay.
Puck, listen to me. Do they have big teeth, greenish skin, muscly kind of thing?
Yeah. Basically, I don't know.
Fuck, it's the orcs. Okay. No. Wit, please stay here. Keep Puck safe. I know a bit
What?
of orcs, so I can... Wit, keep Puck safe. I'm gonna go deal with this.
Why?
Omen.
Why? I feel like I should probably go too.
You're right. Puck, just... Don't...
I'll stay back. Come on, let's go.
You hear also hear one who's like goes, hey, Chatat! Like trying to like quiet, like shh, like trying to quiet the large mammal that you're not sure what the fuck it is.
Can I get
You're
my
in for the
token?
cat.
Yeah, you have control of your token.
And,
So I'm just leading them.
Yeah, you're leading
then-
them across. Okay, so yeah, it is
Yeah,
first
leading them
her,
across.
then the orcs, then that. As they're kind of moving along.
Then that.
And I'm...
Okay,
and
so I'm
I
just
can
gonna
br-
just here. Yeah, maybe here.
You know what?
And nature, I can burn a nat 20 to get a full sentence in.
Sure, but before you have the chance to do that, Omen, you hear a bit of a splashing noise as you watch as this big creature just jumps in the water
Oh.
and starts running around as the others are like, hey, no, trying to grab onto the reins and like the harness, like the sort of rope and harness around its neck, trying to pull it back out of the water, but it's like, no, I stay.
I stay.
Yeah.
What year is this?
Okay,
and
I
stuff?
pull up.
Yeah, as they're all like trying to like grab, like all four of the orcs are moving to try to pull the creature out of the water. Just and it's
Oh,
now
this
at this
thing big.
yeah, and
This
I'll-
thing big.
Yeah, I'll say at this point that for in both Wit and Puck now, as you're looking, you see this thing.
Oh,
It
it's
is
so
a fucking
cute. I love it.
capybara.
I love it. It's so adorable.
And I would like to make my presence very well known and burn my nat 20 to get one good paragraph in.
Okay, I'll say with a nat 20 you get.
Reminder that Jason can't move his token, so.
Oh, right. Oh, right, yeah, so you're following up next to Wit.
Yep.
Okay. Alright, I'll say you have about 3 sentences.
My first one is a greeting father taught me, which is, greetings, orc friends. I am paid greeter known as Vetzel.
Okay.
Oh,
Anything
The
else?
second,
Okay.
the next sentence is, we are your allies, not your enemies, and we had slain the wolf witch that lived here. And the final sentence is, only me and my winged companion here know a bit of Orcish. The rest of us don't know anything, so be patient with us. We come in
Okay.
peace.
Okay, so in that
And
case,
I enjoy Vetzel's title being paid breeder.
and I will say for this, because you used your birthday nat 20, this automatically succeeds.
Did you really have to mention killing that lady?
Also to clarify, did you say paid greeter or paid breeder? Because I feel like there
Breeder.
should be... What?
Breeder.
Okay, just wanted to make
God damn
sure.
it.
Just wanted to make sure.
Because from what Vetzel understands, prostitute is not a word in the Orcish language.
Kind of. Anyway, but yeah, as the orc, like almost immediately, it takes a moment of like the orc woman kind of like standing up straight a bit and kind of like turning her head, looking over to see this.
do I also see them?
Yeah, you see Vetzel and Wit now next to Puck.
I sigh in relief.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
What's gonna say to Vetzel and Covenant? Did you really just mention your old job?
It is the standard greeting my father taught me, and Vetzel's immediately going to make a bowing action, putting his hands together as a sign of respect.
Okay.
To make himself look less intimidating, it's gonna pin his wings up to his back instead of them falling out and making him larger.
Yeah, I'll say at this point, like, at this point, the orc woman, like, turns over, she turns over to the others and starts speaking, and with Wit and Puck, you can, Wit and Vetzel, you can almost make out, like, basically, take care of it, as she just kind of goes past Omen to start walking over to, the others. Ti, Kwe Nashman, and Wit, you'd immediately recognize that, what is your name?
Did H also give him a name in Orcish?
I don't think they wouldn't have given you a new name now.
Okay. He's gonna say Wit.
Wit. She kind of gestures from like grabbing it, reaching back into the bag that she has and pulling out this this rusted metal plate and the broken swords. Which now, interesting thing, you know, because as she's getting closer to the light, now that other people can see, this orc woman's skin is like purple.
Oh, does Wit automatically make a connection with the map?
Make connection with what? Sorry.
The map.
Roll an intelligence check, I'll say.
At least it wasn't on something that he
your
needed.
guess is as good as mine.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, and I'll say after a few moments, eventually they managed to pull the large, rodent-like creature, pulling back out. Just,
rodent?
Okay, fine.
Wit's going to give her a piece of jerky from his bag.
She gingerly kind of takes it, like as she's like reaching through the bag, she's like, oh, she kind of takes it and just. Good. As she nods, and just kind of goes back to reaching into the bag to pull out. Yeah, she pulls out the this sort of like. Yeah, like I said, there's almost this orangish yellow kind of metal plate that you can tell is kind of rusted and oxidized. Like there's a bit of like a greenish kind of tinges to parts of it. And it looks like there's like a hole worn through, and like the edges, some of the edges are kind of eroded. And puts that down, and they also hold out it looks like you can see now is a new Arcaster steel longsword. That looks like it has been rusted and snapped in half, the blade, as she sets that down.
Can you tell if the plate is a holy symbol for any of the gods and any of the sins in the
you came out, you're very muffled.
Yeah, very muffled static.
I was asking if you can tell if the small metal plate is like a holy symbol for a celestial and arachne.
Investigation, I'll say, for this, to figure out what the plate is.
Is the capybara annoyed by the orcs?
It's tolerating them. It's not actively fighting them, but it also seems like it really wants to be near the water.
Near the water, okay.
With an 11, you're pretty sure looking at this isn't really a holy symbol. It takes a moment. You're like, this is a bit too big to even really be like a holy symbol or anything. This it looks like it used to be part of a chest plate, like a metal breastplate of some kind, as if like this was armor, a piece of armor that someone used to wear, but now like all that's left is like the front plate of it. As for what the metal is, that's a bit hard to figure out. It almost reminds you of, like, copper or gold or some type of similar, like, substance. Though, you just woke up and you're still kind of rubbing a bit of the sleep from your eyes. It's a bit hard to tell specifically. The swords, while non-magical, pretty standard steel longsword. Presumably from New Arcaster.
Yep.
Eventually, they start bringing over the creature.
I hear all. No, Katir, hear all of this?
Yeah. The orcs are actively trying to quiet the creature, so we'll see.
Also, Nature, how did they react when they said we killed Pirate Wolf Witch?
We'll have to see. The orc woman turns over to you, Vetsula. Hang on, let me also trying to translate this.
Did something happen in like the 5 seconds since my Discord crashed?
Nope. Jarsa. Trying to gesture like head.
Vetzel goes, Rasta, and like taps his skull.
Like kind of shakes it, no. Sharsa, and then just kind of picks up the sword and like kind of gestures through and like.
Vetzel nods. Vetzel like gently takes the sword, makes like cutting motion.
Now she tilts her head confused, like no, nah. Like she.
Wit's gonna pigeon out if you. He's gonna try to. If you want us to try and fix it, it might take a while, but we can try.
Intelligence.
Wait, I think I get it. Fuck, who has the woman's head?
Me, I have it.
Vetzel's gonna make like a stay here motion and slither over to Omen. Omen, give me the head.
Is that what she means?
10.
Give me the head.
Is that what she means, though?
Yeah, it turns over to Wit. It's like, oh, fix, thank you, basically. And then starts. At that point, she turns over the bag and like there's like about like 5 or 6 more weapons.
Shit.
There's five more weapons, and you see the other half of that chest plate that fall basically like as she takes everything out.
I give
Yeah.
the head to Vetzel.
Hmm.
I pull it out of my satchel. Yeah, satchel.
And Vetzel's
Yeah.
gonna take the head
How big is
over.
it? How big is the thing?
It's about
The
the size.
skull?
It's about the size of a human skull. However, it looks like there is a wolf skull fused to the top of it.
Ah, that's
Yeah.
disgusting.
And
Yeah.
Vetzel's gonna repeat what he knows, which is wolf pirate witch, and like slither over to her and hand her the head.
She kind of
It's
she looks at it, nods, and then kind of reaches into a side pouch to pull out 3 of those metallic wolf skull necklaces that you know the others had.
Three heads.
And then gestures over to the large
Oh!
rodent-looking
Oh!
thing, and you see on the side, basically like towards the rear, you see the 3 heads have been tied to the back of it.
Oh,
Wait.
Vetzel
We
immediately.
killed 7. We killed the other 3, right?
Yeah, that's what I'm getting at. Yeah, that's what happened. Vetzel immediately tries to he puts the head down, tries to make like a Wakanda symbol and say the
No!
word.
Says what? Sorry. Uh-oh.
He's going to try and say friends, common goal, common enemy, friends.
Okay. Intelligence. I'll say with advantage. Because I was familiar.
That's a save.
That's a
Oh.
save. Is the modifier any different?
I don't think so.
Nope.
No,
I'll
it's-
allow it. 16.
Yeah, I was gonna say it's different class.
16. She's just good, and then just gives the your guys's weird mutant head back.
Yeah. Vetzel kind of.
Which
so
gonna,
and snap it.
Yeah,
And snap
says,
the skull.
yeah. She as she
Which
starts speaking, you make
gonna-
out ambush, and then she puts the necklaces away.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's gonna try to say.
Sorry, go ahead.
Yeah, he's gonna try to say, friends, while pointing with the super dude hand thing. He's gonna try to. put
You're
that
getting
between-
muffled again.
Yeah, muffled. Yeah, we can't.
Man, we need to
So
get.
he has his pinky and thumb pointed out, and he's pointing between the 2 of them, and he's going to try to pigeon out friends, and then he's going to put his hands in the motion you do when you try to say you need to sleep. And he's going to say sleep.
Oh, you can sleep. Okay. Have her roll.
We all need rest.
She nods. Kind of looks over to the. She looks over to the large creature. Well, I'll say at this point, if anyone wants to roll a survival or nature check,
How are you doing, nature?
Okay. We're not doing this again.
I grab Puck by the arms and point the huge ass capybara.
Yeah. Can
Look how big that shit is.
Yeah, can Vetzel say they can some of them can stay if they want to rest, and the others can report back to the village saying the threat's gone?
Intelligence. Also, anyone else want to roll nature or survival as well? That's intimidation.
Yeah.
That's
Puck
intimidation, not intelligence.
Puck is kind of looking super excited, but also anxious, a mix of those 2 emotions, looking at the big capybara, but also standing behind their
Wanna pet
friends,
it.
because I'm
Wanna
not
pet
sure.
it.
So basically, I really want to fucking pet the thing, but I don't know if I'm allowed to.
Yeah.
If you want to roll nature or survival.
But yeah, Vetzel's basically saying hey, some of you can sleep here, while the others report back saying the witch is dead. We are allies, and we hope to work with you.
Not sure if you asked me, but I rolled anyways.
Yeah. I was gonna say for anyone who's awake right now.
I can try.
Well, everybody, they don't know much about this capybara.
For funnily enough, Vetzel's the only one who knows about this. You've heard stories about these things, and some of the creatures that are native to the islands on the way to Bajanamun. This is a creature known colloquially as a Deproto, or as Newark, or the common term for it is the giant wombat.
Uh-huh.
Oh, it's a wombat.
So you're currently looking at the biggest fucking wombat
Yeah.
that you've ever seen.
How big is this?
Let me actually check.
By the way,
I
just want to make sure. Does the orc way go like, oh, some of us can sleep, the rest will report back to camp?
We'll get to
But
them.
they can all stay here.
I'm trying to figure out. Hang on.
I feel like this thing's like the size of like a bobcat or like a cow.
This thing
So
stands. This thing stands about like 6.5 feet at the shoulder.
Oh,
Probably looks to be it weighs about like a little over 2.5 kilos, or about a little over 6,000 pounds.
it took 4 orcs to fucking pull this thing up.
Yeah. So this is a very large. It is an herbivore, but it is a very, very large creature.
It's a
Bigger than a
big
grizzly
boy.
bear.
Yeah,
Big boy.
Yeah, think about like Kodiak bear sized.
Big boy or girl.
Mm.
We don't know the gender of the bear yet, or the wombat.
With a 15. Looks to be a male.
Oh, okay. Big boy.
Mm-hmm.
Vetzel just like looks over to Puck and goes, "Puck, don't pet the giant wombat just yet."
Oh, okay.
Yeah, he watches. Yeah, it looks like two of the orcs are. They're kind of looking around, not really seeing like a place to hitch it up. So they just they're kind of looking around before they just take like a wooden post and start like kind of half hammering it into the cliff before tying that up and trying to hitch up the Deproto to it.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
As it just
a
like
little stand for him.
before it just kind of calms down and it just starts. First, it starts drinking from the lake. Then you see it starts like eating some of the ferns, or like eating some of the reeds around here.
Yeah, clean them ferns, boy.
Puck has
Okay, so
sparkly
what's the
anime eyes as he
reaction?
watches it eat.
Yeah, I can just imagine it.
Yeah, it's like
So what's
it's like half
the-
eating, half drinking. But yeah, eventually the woman turns over. This is over the course of like using the kind of gestures and like bits and pieces from sentences you recognize. We sleep here. Hurt, broken, kind of gesturing to the tools and armor and like weapons. Camp. Kind of like the camp and like pointing over at the fire, and then kind of gestures like basically pointing out towards this, like basically out further towards the horizon, like far away.
There should be 5 bedrooms.
Yeah. Vetzel just smiles and offers universal sign for you can have a hug if you want.
Roll charisma.
So hug tall, big, buff orc lady.
10. She looks you up and down, a little confused, and like holds out her arms the same way you do.
She doesn't know how to hug.
Vetzel just kind of like grabs her
Like-
hands. Vetzel kind of like just grabs her hands, like shakes them, like holds them, like almost like dainty 1960s peasant boy looking at royalty, just like shakes and says thank you.
Yeah, she looks confused before she's like, "Oh, right," and then she kind of like half tries to let go of your hand to like grip your shoulder to do like like the warrior's handshake.
Mhm.
Yeah,
That's
does
the
that.
cool.
Strength check.
Oh fuck! Oh shit!
Betzel getting a powerful zap.
Her
17.
you can feel how muscular she is, but you managed to catch her off guard a bit, like oof, like, and you managed to kind of take
Oh.
over a bit of the gesture, like oof, before she just kind of gives a nod of acknowledgement, like good, before letting go.
Vetzel,
Respect one.
Ve-
That's one
yeah,
respect.
as soon as Vetzel releases, he looks to everyone and goes, "They're friendly. They're going to camp here for now, and we're friends. And they hate the wolf lady too. So everyone go the fuck back to sleep." And he's gonna go back to his yacht and lay the fuck down.
Friends.
Betzel's got the most powerful zap in his life.
Friends.
Puck immediately is going to push past everyone and go, "Hi, I'm Puck." Hold out his hand, especially after seeing a handshake take place.
Vetzel's going to coil around
roll
Puck and drag him.
charisma, Puck.
Come on, fuck! Come on! You got this!
Because like
Promise,
you're still
guys.
wounded looking, by the way. Like you haven't been able to, like you're like half bandaged up, but you still haven't swept off your energy your injuries.
I'm like
when
at
it comes to
half
friends,
HP.
Sure.
Oh, Vetzel,
Well,
not Vetzel. Nature, I do have a question.
I'm gonna go back to
Mhm.
sleep.
I assume since combat did not break out and Vetzel's like defused everything, we now get the effects of a long rest.
Yeah. Combat has not broken out, and no extraneous activity has occurred. So yeah, I would say you still get the effects of a long rest.
Yeah, because Vetzel
24.
basically just wanted to be like, "We're friends. Don't fight," and then immediately goes, "Okay, we're good. Fine. Everyone go the fuck to sleep." And he's just gonna flump back into his bedroll.
Okay, so you just
Yeah.
head back
With
down.
gestured with his thumb over his shoulder and goes back to sleep.
Yeah, she nods and kind of gestures for the others, like basically come here, and like gestures out to the campfire where the others do. They do have bedrolls and stuff of their own that they start setting out.
Actually, Nature, is there the fish crate? Is there any more of the fish crate? I'm gonna skewer
you
some
go
fish
over
and
the
then put
fish
it next to
crate. What's your passive? 14.
14.
You managed to make a decent dent of the fish in there, but as you like open it up again, there's a.
Oh,
Yeah, it was already a little bit on the way out, but now it's really starting to go.
yeah. Okay. I just go over to them and just give them the rations that I have, since I promised them food.
She takes it and nods. How many rations are you giving out?
I'm just going to give out 2, since we still have that thingy. Whatchamacallit? The shrimp one.
Ah, okay. Like what's left of the other meals and stuff.
Yeah, so
Yeah,
I'm basically going to be giving that.
Yeah, you grab some of the food and the rations, and she nods acknowledgement and takes it and like starts setting stuff over the fire. And like you hear them kind of quietly talking amongst themselves, trying to keep their voice low.
But did Puck get the handshake?
Oh yes.
Puck
As you
get
come
the
up and be like,
handshake.
"Hi, I'm Puck." She looks like she kind of leans back and be like there's that brief instance before she goes to grab for a knife at her waist and feels like, oh.
It's like when a giant dog runs up barking at you.
Yeah, there's that initial instinct of like, oh shit, fight, before she realizes like, oh, this is friendly, and she like lets go of the knife at her belt and like slowly like, what are you doing, Puck?
I just said, "Hi, I'm Puck," and I held out my hand, like the handshake gesture that know and love.
You hold out your arm, you hold out your hand, and she like kind of confusedly like runs the hand up your arm to like grab your forearm to do the warrior's handshake thing, like gives a bit of a tight squeeze.
Yeah.
I shake it as hard as I can.
Strength check.
Alright, check.
Just flat strength.
Mm-hmm.
Boom.
17.
Oh, not bad.
Okay, so despite your haggard, you're like, I need to make the best first impression, and you grip this woman's arm tightly. You could feel how muscular as she is, but she still manages to power you out. As you can feel the tension on your arm, like, okay, ow, ow, okay, it's starting to tense up a little bit after like about a few minutes, before she kind of just lets go and gives a nod of acknowledgement. Just like kind of half awkwardly before like kind of gesturing towards the food on the fire and like getting back to it.
Good night, guys. I'm gonna wave to everyone as I head back into the tent.
Okay.
That's just going. He's just
hang on.
going back into his head.
There we go.
I'm gonna go the other way and look at the capybara. Is he just chilling?
It's just kind of like softly, just kind of chuffs at you before it goes back to like you see that's like a mouthful of the reeds and cattails in its jaws.
Good boy. And then I just go back to fucking Catwayne's tent. I enter the tent.
Okay. Catwayne's
God,
just like
what the-
Catwayne's just like half like sitting like leaning back against the tent, looking at you, just kind of like tapping her foot.
Oh,
I fucking
Nathan,
told
did
you.
Vetzel score? Did Vetzel score any Catwin points?
What was that?
Did Vetzel score any Catwin points? And he just like since he like diffused the whole thing.
You'll have to ask her.
I'll have to ask her.
Katir. I think he means Katir.
Oh, Katir.
No, both.
Both.
I mean both Katir and Catwin.
Catwayne's just looking over at you, Omen. Before she takes a stick next to her and just bonks you on the head.
Oh,
That is for being an idiot.
worth it.
Figures, there's nothing up there.
Oh, this dynamic. Oh.
You... She just takes like a long sigh.
I go over to one of the pockets and pull out the ferryman's coin again and then just put it under my tongue again and prepare to sleep for the night.
The hell is that?
Oh, this? It's a tradition.
Deception.
Okay. Okay.
Vetzel doesn't have to roll his deception because Whit knows what his coin that he put in his mouth is.
Mm-hmm.
You're not there.
And everyone else is asleep.
16. Yeah, everyone else is in. But this is back in the tent with Omen and Catwayne. Oh no, my Wyvern.
Oh, yeah, he was just mentioning his own.
Yeah, I know.
His own contact, basically.
Mm-hmm. She kind of gives like a knowing nod, like, uh-huh, sure, buddy, as she looks over at you.
Good night.
Wait
And just
a
scoffs
minute.
and
Can I see that?
you're gonna have to take it from me. Oh, wait, I still have it in my mouth.
She
Wait,
grips the
wait,
stick
wait.
firmly.
Wait. I still have the coin in my mouth.
Spit it out before I aim for the right nut this time.
Oh, nice callback.
I spew it out and at least I clean it and then just show it to her.
Thank you. As she takes a look at it.
Half surprised Omen didn't just put his tongue out with it on it.
That would be funny.
Yeah.
Wouldn't it?
Like those gifs of people showing like they have ecstasy on their tongue, like
Yeah. Yeah.
They got tattooed.
There's a brief moment as she's kind of like looking through it, like looking it over, just kind of like looks quizzically. Before she, wait a minute. Before her face like kind of whitens a bit, and the eyes slowly turn back over to you.
It looked like you see a ghost. I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing.
Aye, because you made a fucking deal with one. as she grips the stick firmer, getting ready to hit you again.
I think you're about to make me a ghost.
Talk now.
About what?
This! And she just like holds the coin out in front of you, like showing the skull, the grinning skull hat aside.
What do I get for return? This is valuable
I
information.
won't beat the shit out of you for one.
Can you catch me though before you can beat me?
You wanna fucking try?
Does the bomb still is technically potent?
You seriously wanna fucking try it after I sent you to the floor once?
Sorry.
She's a thing, you know.
Yeah,
I
dude,
have
Oz, what are
toppled-
you trying to
I
start?
have toppled men double your fucking size. Don't try me.
I was just laughing.
You never met a man like me.
Potency. So the Omen could technically get a 30-foot head start if he wanted to.
Can Vetzel hear this and just begrudgingly head over to the tent?
Hang on. I'm guessing a 9 does not hit your AC.
Nope.
She tries to take a swing before you manage to duck.
Wait, how tall is she? 6.
She swings
I'm
high.
6'4". Oh, she swings high. Also, like Mario jump and just swings.
Oh, no! She.
Okay,
the
okay.
stick has range, you know.
Oh, I thought
It's
it
a
was just a
big
little
She's
stick.
no. This is like a basically think of like a quarterstaff.
Oh, okay.
Like this is her poking stick for the fire.
Oh, gotcha.
As she tries to like swing up at you, as you try to do it. Why? How did you speak to this man?
He's my boss, damn it.
He's she's like pacing back and forth like, oh, I'm gonna kill him. Oh, I'm gonna fucking kill him.
Vetzel like opened the tent asking, "What the fuck is happening?
Not
Why are you so
you.
loud?"
Can you hear him? Wait, has Betzel heard this? Because this is far.
Yeah,
This is far away
Catherine's
from
being
the
loud.
tent.
Yeah, the other orcs are like,
Oh,
what the
Catherine's
fuck
being-
is going on? Like Vetzel, you look at the orcs that are like looking over the tent, like, like,
Yeah. Does Vetzel see the ferryman coin?
no, they're both in the tent. Yeah, that you don't see, like, okay, you're seeing like the backside of the tent from where they are. You can hear
No,
them.
like,
You can
that's
hear
why
them
it's
talking,
open.
but you can't see the coin.
No, like Vetzel opened the tent. He's like, "What the fuck is happening?"
Oh, yeah, like you're going into the tent. Okay. Yeah, you open it.
Yeah.
I'll say roll perception.
Vetzel's more going like, "Why are you yelling so much? Can we just fucking sleep?"
Out.
Thing. She. Oh.
4. Yeah, you don't see it. You're still rubbing sleep from your eyes. This doesn't involve you. Leave.
I just
No.
thought what it means. Fine. Just if you kill Omen, dump him somewhere we can loot him. I don't care. And he's just going to slither back.
Oh, trust me. I know what I'm doing with them after.
Good. Just please, for the love of God, stop yelling. And he's gonna slither back and go back.
Oh fuck.
Yeah, you
Damn it.
once again close the drapes as
I'm gently scooting over the exit of the tent.
no.
Gently.
Like the moment you start moving, the stick is on your shoulder to like nudge you back in the corner. Nuh-uh, you ain't leaving now. As she like moves towards the entrance and like folds her arms. I'm not gonna kill you, but I want answers.
I mean, you already got the answers.
I got. You started giving answers, but you didn't finish. Talk. Why?
Sorry,
How?
that
and
just
why are you
sounded wrong.
boss
That just sounded wrong. I'm sorry.
No, you know. How and why are you the boss of the? Is that man your boss?
Well, technically, that's my father's boss. And now he is also. So technically, I didn't lie about saying it's a tradition.
Roll persuasion.
Damn it, Catwin. Fuck!
But that man doesn't exactly carry. From what I know of him, he don't exactly carry on debts from parent to child. So answer me this: why?
What do you mean, why?
Why him? Got what you want? You want to get more money? You want power? Like, why go to that man?
I have many desires, Catwin. I have plenty. Plenty.
Don't beat around the fucking bush with me. You're already up to here.
He...
What's he offering you?
How can I describe this? Well, he offers a lot.
What did he specifically offer you? What do you want from? What are you trying to get from him?
I mean, where do I even start?
Vetzel is actively using his bedroll to cover his ears. He's just.
Oh yeah. At this point, they're. She's not yelling, but she is being very, forceful. Like the two tents are are far enough away from each other, but that you don't, like you can hear the murmuring, but it's not enough to disturb your sleep.
Wait, should I have rolled stealth to hide the coin under Vetzel's tongue? Because he immediately he put the coin under his tongue, heard yelling, was like, "What the fuck?" Being told
I
to fuck off.
I presume you pocketed it.
No, it's still under his tongue. He didn't even think of it. He's just like, "What the fuck?"
Okay. I'll say roll stealth with advantage because Catwin's distracted. Okay, continue.
Yep. Vetzel is just actively curling inside his own coils like fucking people.
That man is a death sentence. Hell, he's worse than a death sentence. That man tampers with powers he shouldn't.
If I can get power at the end of the day, I don't question it.
I would question where power comes, boy.
Don't fucking call me boy. You don't fucking know me.
I'm older than you.
I have my...
And I'm not as...
I have my...
I'm older than you, I'm more experienced than you, and I'm not as much of a blind dumbass.
I have my personal reasons, and you have your own personal reasons, yeah?
However, the moment it starts endangering others' lives, that's where I draw the fucking line.
You really think
he starts making dealings with you, something bad happens to your friend. Odds are, they're gonna get a visit, and they're gonna want to make business, and then they might get pulled in, and it's just downhill from there.
You know so much about him.
Sorry.
How do you know so much about him?
It wasn't me who made the dealings. A friend of mine. Close. All his nails were black. 10 favors. Asked for too much and couldn't pay up. I tried to save him when he was put on death's door. That man wouldn't let me. Cashing in favors. And now
Sorry
he's gone.
for your loss. I'm sorry for your loss.
This is not an honest man, as much as he might present himself.
Look, I haven't made that much of a deal with him yet. But if it ever comes down to it, I'll take it slow. Yes. But right now, he is the only man that will shepherd me to the path of both glory and revenge.
Before you finish the sentence, hang on.
Oh, fuck.
8 misses. Wants another swing, like another try to bonk on your head before you mention duck
Can I
your head.
grab it? Can I grab the
Sure,
stick?
I'll say you can grab it.
I grab the stick and just look at her.
Let go. Those words of grandeur, boy, or we're gonna get you killed. You know what my friend asked for? What he asked for from that horrible fucking demon.
Alright, then entertain me. What is it? What did he?
Much like yourself. Wanted power, wanted wealth, wanted to become a fucking politician, wanted to get up in the ranks, get rich, get famous.
Listen, Catcoin, I'll pull through. Just give me the damn coin.
Yeah. Your brother didn't. And I had to be the one to bury him. I know what I said. If you go down this line, I'm not burying you.
Let go of the stick and just stare at the corner. And
Meanwhile,
then just
Beth is like,
drop
I
down.
can't wait to see my dad again.
Ghost, please.
Sorry.
You're good.
You're going to sleep, sleep.
I'm holding on to this. And until there is no other choice, I'm keeping it.
Yeah, whatever.
There is no shortcut to success. There is no shortcut to power. And this ain't the power you want.
I click my tongue.
Are we agreed?
Yeah, whatever. Just go to sleep. Yeah. Just go to sleep.
You'll thank me for this. Good night. And she pockets the coin. Specifically in a way so that she's trying to hide it. If you're looking.
Where did she exactly put it?
Roll perception.
Meanwhile, Vets is in his tent like, I love my mafia dad.
21. It takes you a little bit before, like, where the fuck did she, she almost, like, kind of gestures for something before it, like, almost disappears, like, wait, where the fuck did it go? Before, as she leans over, kind of curls over to fall asleep, you realize, like, she kind of gestured to put it in one pocket, like, as if she was putting it in one pocket before she moved it to another. She put it down her shirt.
Right?
Before she turns over and like faces the wall of the tent, like back facing you.
Oh, this bitch! She did not.
And
The good old cleavage pouch.
And she goes
Fuck it.
back.
I go to sleep. Fuck it.
Okay, you going to sleep. All right, so as Omen drifts off into dreamless rest, and it begins to dawn on both Wit and Vetzel as their dreams pan off elsewhere into other realms. I'm afraid that's where we're gonna have to end the session for tonight.
Down. Down.
Oh boy!
That was good. That was good.
But
very
what
good.
did she roll when I roll for deception?
She rolled a
did
19
she-
on insight.
Fuck.
Get wrecked.
Oh, hi.
She was a woman on a mission. Fuck.
I hope everyone enjoyed this session as short as it was.
I enjoyed
Yeah,
the
it's
short
fun.
one. That was fun.
I can
Oh, it
imagine
doesn't.
Catwin. I can imagine Catwin eventually finding Betzel's connection. It's just like, well, you're fucking his underling. You're dead already, so I don't care about you. You're too far gone.
We'll have to
Yeah,
see.
So I
think that-
made Omen like an addict. I like how I made Omen like an addict. It's just like
Yeah,
his actual self was showing a little bit.
That I loved that dynamic between.
I loved that a lot.
That was a very good moment between Omen and Catwain.
Yeah, it was really
At
good.
the first batch, there was like a low mix. There was like a little bit of comedy, but I like at the end there was drama, and I strive on drama. That was good. That was
Yeah.
good.
Even with it being a shorter session, that was still a really fucking good session. Thank you so
Yeah.
much, Nature. That was
And
awesome.
everything happened that really needed to.
Yeah.
Yeah, and
Because now next
we
session
finally
can do
got
more.
to the answers that we were all scared about, right?
Yeah.
Like,
At least
fuck.
at least it's good now. You know the little orc. Yeah. The little
At
orc
least he
situation.
can wake
Yeah.
up among comrades.
Yeah.
Maybe we'll have another dream session next session.
Yeah,
What could
we're gonna be
possibly go
popping up
wrong?
next time, going right straight into the dreams. So.
Fair to the fact that
Oh,
if
boy.
Omen does try to get Catwin, that will be so awkward to explain.
Yeah. What
If
about
he tries to like
try to do what to Catwain?
to try, put his arm like.
Oh yeah, I was about
Yeah,
to say. good fucking
tonight
luck
is not a
getting it,
cuddle
buddy.
night.
That is
You
not-
can try, but if you get caught,
Yeah.
she knew what she was doing.
Come join the cuddle puddle if that's what you want.
No,
That's the wrong cuddle puddle. Fuck.
Anyways, I hope
I
everyone
love-
enjoyed this latest session of Legends of Nordaeus Bloody Golds.
Yeah, I hope you had fun, chat.
Yeah. It's
Also,
a
I
mix of a
love how-
Q&A. It's a mix of a
Yeah,
Q&A and
the Q&A was fun. You know, the
Yeah.
fucking role play. Yeah, yeah. I'll probably have to talk with Gab about trying to split up this between the Q&A and the VOD. Maybe I have to talk about that.
Hey,
I'll talk about
you know what Omen's new nickname should be?
What?
Homeland.
Homelander.
What? Why?
Why Homelander?
Yeah.
Because Homelander is the psycho blonde guy from The Boys who tries to keep everyone together, but secretly he's like fucked.
Oh, I wouldn't go that far yet.
Yeah.
Well, no, but
that
it's
far.
it's very much like Omen is like, hey, we can be heroes, we can do all this, but he's the first one
And
to
then-
steal. He's the first one to have like relapse from the ferryman, and like,
Wow. First one to steal, you're one to talk.
Yeah, we can be heroes, and then he's like, we can get power. Like,
yeah, he's literally like, we can be heroes, but we can also cheat the system. Like, as soon as he found the ferryman, he was like, oh, I can get super
confident.
strong with this.
Putting Omen
I'm
on the
confident.
same level as Homelander, I don't think is
yeah, I don't think we've
correct.
gotten that
Yeah.
far yet. We haven't
Yeah.
gone that. We
Well,
haven't
he
gone
isn't-
that down
yeah.
that rabbit hole.
Homelander.
There's a
Not
possibility,
true
but I wouldn't say there just yet. But anyway,
I'm hungry. I'm gonna head out.
that's fair.
I need to go
Yes.
get some.
Alright.
But yes,
Yeah.
we'll have to see how
see
things
what-
pan out next time on Legends of Nordaeus Bloody Gold.
Bloody gold.
Bye, dog.
Yeah, see you later,
See
Oz.
ya.
Bye,
For anyone who wants to continue discussion about this latest session, there's a link to the Discord in the About section of the Twitch channel below. There's also a YouTube channel, youtube.com/natureclaws, of which the VODs and the highlights periodically. There's been a bit of a hiatus on the VODs and the highlights for a little bit, though hopefully those should be getting up soon. What else is there? The next session, the next stream, I should say, will be Legends of Nordaeus Strike and Cold Iron, coming up Wednesday, where the party had just finished dealing with their own group of orcs that were, turns out, evil or at least were dark and did cannibalism and dark rituals and stuff. Much different than the orcs the group is dealing with here, but nonetheless, we'll have to see how that pans out. Otherwise, I hope everyone has a wonderful rest of their day. Hope everyone enjoyed the stream. We'll have to see you guys next time, and let's see who we're going to raid.
Yeah,
I feel
I'm ahead of
confident. Alright,
Yeah, for people who need to go, see you guys later. Don't really hold you up.
peace out.
Peace out, Scout Scout.
Peace out. I feel confident with how I made Omen kind of like an addict.
That was good. Yeah, that was a good show.
Now I'm just tempted to fucking hire Sinful again to make a fucking stare down between Omen and fucking Catwing.
Ooh,
Fuck.
that'd be fun. I mean,
I
that's up to you.
loved the stick grab.
the stick grab.
Yeah.
I
I had an idea to like snap it to like for an intimidation
that
factor.
would have been interesting.
Oh.
Ooh, Tay is online currently, and oh boy, they're playing Genshin Impact.
Hey.
Oh boy. Let's see how they're doing.
Hi, Red. Oh, sorry, my dog walked in.
Oh, nice.
It's a little Shih Tzu.
Oh yeah, they've been playing Genshin for a while. But either way, let's go and show them some love and support. Tay is a friend of the channel and also an occasional viewer, actually.
Hey!
They've popped in at least for a few of these sessions of Striking Cold Iron, I believe. But
Now I just want to see Puck ride the capybara while he's
the
leading
giant
us towards
wombat,
a fucking
With the giant moth behind him.
Yeah.
Oh no! Sorry, no. They're riding the Puck is riding the giant moth, but it's like windsurfing or like wind gliding, where like the rope is tied to the giant wombat as it's running.
Hell yeah, let's go.
It's so
Puck is
dumb, but I
slowly
love
turning
it.
into a Pokemon trainer. I feel like Puck is slowly turning into a Pokemon trainer.
I mean,
Yeah,
so far he only has actually. I don't think he has any pets yet.
I don't.
Yeah, we don't have any pets yet.
Well, okay.
I
Well,
heard-
Vetzel
I heard-
has Paimon.
Yeah.
But other
Yeah,
There
that's
is
why it's fine.
Paimon.
Vetzel has Paimon, and Wit has Benjamin, who is the tarantula.
Also, I heard both of you like discuss like having like a familiar.
Yes, yes, witches do indeed get familiars, though the process is a bit of a time.
Gotcha.
Which I don't know how far Puck has been getting into the process.
Not a lot.
That's fair, yeah. Unfortunately, I haven't really had the chance to get much of the stuff.
But I think just because playtesting it for better or for worse is probably a good idea for you, I think I'm probably going to go green.
Yeah, which at this point I'm probably going to allow it as is, looking at how the familiar and companion stuff works, and it should be
Fucking go.
fine for the most part. We'll have to see.
Coolio.
Yeah. Well, either way,
And what will
we'll
be
play
your
test it, so-
familiar?
We don't know.
Ooh.
Yeah, Puck
Have
doesn't,
any
Puck
ideas?
doesn't choose his familiar.
Oh, he doesn't.
It's
My
up
familiar
it is up to
chooses
fate.
me.
It is up to fate what they end up getting.
Gotcha. Who'll be interested?
Oh,
okay.
Gosho, we're going to raid. Gosho, taste some love.
Raid,
give love and
raid, raid,
support.
raid, 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 raid.
Raid, raid,
Go, my
raid,
minions,
raid.
go be free!